Samimo, Bafwe, Samimo, Samimo, Bafu Gebre, Samimo, Eya Mami, and Mammy, I see no Bafu, Naya, Samimo, Bamiko, you son of Bafwe, Samimo, Samimo, Bafwe, Samimo, Samimo, Bafwe, Samimo, Eya Mami, and Mammy, I see no Bafu, Naya, Samimo, Bamiko, you son of Bafwe, Samimo, yes, Samimo, Bafwe, Samimo, Samimo, Bafu Gebre, Samimo, Eya Mami, and Mammy, I see no Bafu, Naya, Samimo, Bamiko, you son of Bafwe, Samimo, Samimo, Bafwe, Samimo.
6:29 Friday morning, September 20, 2024. Less than 90 days to election. And 10 days to the end of the month. And organized labor says they are laying down their tools in demand for a moratorium on small-scale mining and tidying up of the mining space to restore our water bodies and our environment. Rexuma Osemaba. Every angel is a messenger. Every messenger carries a message, and every message is meant for a season. In the season of politics, the message is peace and love for development, nothing more. Elections should not be about violence. In a season when our water bodies are destroyed, our forests are ravaged for gold, the message is let there be sanity, let there be order, let there be leadership. What is the message for this season? In 1868, Daniel March wrote a very powerful hymn. He said, "Hark the voice of Jesus calling, who will go and work today? Fields are ripe and harvest waiting. Who will bear the sheaves away? Long and loud the master calls us. Rich reward he offers free. Who will answer gladly saying, here I am, send me, send me." Essentially, there is something for everyone to do. So in his very last stanza, he says, "Let none hear you idly saying, there is nothing I can do while the lust of earth are dying, and the master calls for you. Take the task he gives you gladly. Let his work your pleasure be. Answer quickly when he calls you. Here I am, send me, send me." There's work to be done, people. The fields are ripe and the harvest is waiting. So much to be done. Whether you're a street sweeper, you're a teacher, you're a driver, you're a mate, you're a politician, you're a journalist, you're a doctor, whatever your calling may be, there is work to be done. So rise up, let us work. Rise up, let us build together. That's the message for businesses this morning, is brought to you by ADB. If you're a paid employee or salaried worker, you want a personal loan to resolve your financial issues, ADB is offering you a variety of personal loans, including top-up loans at significantly reduced interest rates. You will also enjoy a longer tenor of up to 6 years. It's an offer that's open to non-customers as well, so visit any of our branches today. Call us on 0302-210-210, 0302-224-043 for further inquiries. ADB is the People's Bank. ADB is truly a Greek and more. This is the Citi Breakfast Show on your favorite network, 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Caleb Koda. The number to call and text to is a very interactive show. We'd love to hear from you. Your contribution matters as well. So at any point, you can send us a WhatsApp on 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. We start off with the newspaper review. We'll bring you the business news. We get into business edition. We'll bring you sports. We call it kickoff. And so much more on the show this morning. Welcome.
We We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Just a mana, some of us, some of this, Sumana, Papa, none of play to my missing there.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Citi 97.3. Citi 97.3. More variety.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
It's 36 after 6 newspaper review coming your way shortly. Jedouble ambule ose sunkwa adechia de senyinara woji bribe one brother. Newspaper review is brought to you by Fidelity Bank and Total Excellium. You've heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies, haven't you? It's an amazing 3-in-1 power, reduces your CO2 emissions, cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. You will drive, sir. To experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula, choose Excellium, choose quality. And every hour, new pages turn. Every day is a new chapter to keep your dreams alive. Today, you're a tabletop owner. Tomorrow, you're a shopfront owner. Today, you're a student. Tomorrow, you're a big man. Today, you're an apprentice. Tomorrow, you're a master or a mistress. You're madam. The list goes on and on. Whatever it is that you do adds value to our life and our world. So remember that your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. And Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited is purposed to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Believe with us, na ebefa. We are faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. In this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is no such thing as being too late. There is no time for apathy or complacency. This is a time for vigorous and positive action. I see Nathan Kwao in his I Stand Against Galamsey t-shirt. Hashtag Stop Galamsey Now. Because at the chair they say Yinara, wo to Gala Wombreda. So there must be a moratorium.
Yeah.
We must ban the small scale mining for some time.
Yes.
So that we tidy up the space.
It's important.
C'est très important.
Yeah, c'est très important.
J'ai Nakai. Nakai, no. Good morning, Nathan.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm pumped up for the morning. Sure you are too.
Yeah, I'm alright. It's a very long working day.
Yeah. There's Panorama later in the evening, right?
I have a TV show at 3, Panorama at 7.
Yeah,
but, I mean, that's what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. So I have the Catholic Standard, I have the Ghanaian Observer, I have the Daily Searchlight, ABC News, and the Informer, as well as the Ghanaian Publisher. What have you got, Nathan?
Well, the Daily Graphic is here, and it says EC won't compromise elections. Jim Mensah is speaking. Nana Kwame Bediako starts 276 tour nationwide.
Okay.
80 days to the election. MPP NDC battle ready for Medina seat. And YA creates 700,000 jobs in 7 years. That's according to its CEO. That's on page 13 of the paper. And on the back page, second-hand clothing ban detrimental. OR Foundation and AMA call for textile circular economy. If you go to,
Yeah, so Ghanaian Observer has I will stop funding for free SHS feeding. This is John Mahama. NPP slums NDC over demo, and Ministry of Finance hails remarkable 6.9% Q2 growth in the economy. YEA and Ghana report to launch a 16-day job entrepreneurship fair, and government's health infrastructure projects yielding positive results. This is the health minister, all in Ghanaian Observer, the Ghanaian Observer.
The Daily Guide says economy back to life. That's coming in from the finance minister. Our council school feeding payments. John Mahama is speaking. Achim Kotoku chiefs debunk false claims. La General Hospital project begins, and Nana signs affirmative action bill. And then the MPP rather is saying NDC demo against EC needless.
The Daily Searchlight this morning. NPP challenges NDC, brings evidence of discrepancies. Did Ghana buy ambulances without technical backup? Faulty injectors ground Amenfi West ambulance for over a year. And 15 newly trained surveyors sworn in. The Daily Searchlight has another story here with a very disturbing headline, I'm afraid.
The Herald says Asante Hene and EC boss reminded of their 2015 new voters register support. ASEP demands probe into ECG's shady 171.8 million CD deal with Haptel. MPP soon to meet threatens COP Kofi Boache. And Koda Kabo Nanabi need more convincing on NDC's voter register audit calls.
ABC News this morning calls for voter register audit. Hypocritical. NDC must submit evidence of errors to the EC. This is NPP. Reject Mahama for insulting chiefs, clergy, and imams. Napo tells Ghanaians 6.9% GDP growth in 2024 Q2 shows the economy is recovering. This is the finance minister.
The Republic Press says let EC decide. NPP tells NDC to stop grandstanding over voter register. Nigerian woman jailed 8 years for human trafficking. Saboba curfew renewed. That's on page 4 of the Republic Press. And First Lady commissions redeveloped Independence Avenue cluster of schools.
The Informer this morning, as PRC warns of ECG's bankruptcy, Baumia profess solar power. Dan Botre, honest father, donates 5-bedroom mission house in his memory. Empowering youth with employable skills. YEA Ghana report to launch job fair. And SDG goes 3-6 in limbo as cholera wreaks havoc in Africa. Claims over 100 lives per hour. This is according to a report. And the president of the House of Chiefs, Ojia Hoho Yao JB II, is here. Informa is now bringing his story. Ban on mining dire for economy and jobs. Sports Authority Takwa Assembly in dogfight over control of stadium. That's the Informa this morning.
If you go to the Inquisitor newspaper, its biggest story says crass politics want to mean lies against Kofi Boakye after failing to scuttle enough is enough demo in Kumasi. Napo is a go-getter, that's according to a spokesperson. And this one fascinates me.
It says what?
Suhum is Protozwa, and Protozwa is Suhum.
Okay.
And there's a picture of Frank Asiedu Bekwin here, and I think it's all about the local politics and trying to get into parliament with respect to the next election.
Protozwa must be the former MPP MP who is going independent now.
I'm not too sure, but it's Frank Asiedu Bekwin. So yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. That's not him. He's not the one. Okay, yeah, so now
he's the MPP PC.
He's the MPP PC. Yes. Very well. Now, the Ghanaian publisher says 2024 voter register. NPP rejects calls for forensic audit. And YEA Ghana report launch job fair. That's also here. Major rehabilitation works begin on Accra Kumasi Highway. Comes to the photograph of the Sector Minister Francis Asenso Boakye. Agenda 111 to employ 60,000 health personnel. This is the Health Minister Dr. Bernardo Kuboy. Mahama vows to stop buffer stock from supplying free SHS food. Ghanaian publisher has that.
Okay, I think I'm.
Final one. Catholic Standard. New Nuncio committed to enhancing Ghana Holy See relations. Ghana reconsecrated to Sacred Heart of Jesus. Bishop Agenta decries abuses in lethargy, and SECAM calls on EU-AU to protect human rights, biodiversity. If I take you online, if we go to citynewsroom.com quickly, stop Galamsey or posterity won't forgive you. Assume Kunti Hene tells Akufo-Addo. Government owes £17 million in unpaid fees to 927 Ghanaian scholarship students in the UK. This is minority. Ghana's constitution has many defects. It needs transformation. This is backbone. And election 2024 be measured in your campaign promises. Ajimandria to politicians. If you go to channel1news.com, fixing Ghana's constitution long overdue. Backbone expresses concern over growing monetization in politics. Election 2024, we are engaging disgruntled incumbent MPs. This is the NPP. If you go to All Africa, President Ruto speaks of progress during first cabinet session. US President urges end to fighting in Sudan's Darfur region. And then nutrition boost may prevent millions of anemia cases in Nigeria. And then the Ugandan athlete who was burnt by the ex-boyfriend, she has been buried in her hometown. Very sad story there. If you go to the BBC, Israel says it hit 100 Hezbollah rocket launches in Lebanon. Surgeon becomes robotic to treat sheer volume of wounded Lebanese. If you go to Star FM, police arrest 3 persons, declare others wanted in connection with disturbances at a palm. Don't compare Napo to well-cultured Jane Nana Erica J to Fifi Boafo. If you go to Ghana News Agency, identity theft, court orders boat holdings OU to pay 1.9 million cedis compensation. And then Rapper Guru, that story is here. So Rapper Guru wins University of Ghana SRC presidential elections. Major rehabilitation works begin on Accra Kumasi Highway. That's here as well. And next NDC government will introduce weighing system for buying and selling. Okay, that's like skills. Right, let's get into the details, Nathan.
If you go to the Daily Graphic, that's where I begin. Lots of stories concerning the EC. It's not only in the Daily Graphic, in a number of papers.
Yep.
So the EC is speaking, and it says it will not compromise its core principles of transparency and integrity in the electoral process preceding the December polls. That's according to its chairperson, Jean Menson. She said the elections management body was preoccupied with ensuring that the watertight systems it had put in place culminated in free, fair, and credible elections to consolidate the country's democratic journey. She added that while the EC was thoroughly cleaning up the provisional voter register, it was also focused on ensuring that no person who registered legitimately was disenfranchised. And she said this when the managing director of the graphic communications group, Atuafo, paid a courtesy call on her at the corporate office of the commission last Wednesday to deepen their working relationship. So that's the EC promising to do things right in terms of the election. But the EC is also, of course, its operations have, of course, robbed the NDC, or parts of its operations have left the NDC a little unhappy concerning the voter register. The NDC went on a demonstration earlier this week. The MPP has responded, and in a press conference he held in Accra yesterday, Justin Koda Frimpong, who is the MPP's General Secretary, addressed concerns surrounding the voter register, emphasizing that the EC had established protocols to rectify errors and discrepancies. He argued that the NDC's reluctance to provide evidence of alleged irregularities to the EC raised questions over their true intentions. It is on page 3 of the Daily Guide.
The Ghanaian Publishers Angle says 2024 voter register, NPP rejects calls for forensic audits. New Patriotic Party has pushed back against opposition National Democratic Congress NDC's demand for a forensic audit of the voter register. According to the governing party, there is no legal or historical basis for such a move, citing Ghana's election laws which allow for corrections to errors in the register through existing procedures. Quote, the constitutional instrument on the registration of voters, CI 127, anticipated such errors and made provision for remedying them. There is no need for an independent forensic audit of the provisional register, as the existing electoral laws offer a clear path to resolving all concerns raised by the NDC. So this is the NPP. In other angles, we are told they say they will also protest because they've also seen some anomalies here and there in the voter register. Nathan,
if you go to the Herald's editorial says in 2020 EC compiled a new register despite COVID. What is wrong with a forensic audit now? And then the paper is also saying that the Asante Hene and the EC chair are being reminded of their 2015 call for a new voter register. And the paper is saying that this happened in 2015 when the MPP was in opposition. So it looks like this voter register matter is not dying anytime soon. We'll be hearing lots and lots and lots of that. And of course, the Republic Press also has the NPP saying, let EC decide. And they're telling the NDC to stop grandstanding over voter register.
Right. If I take you back to channel1news.com, still on elections and the NPP, we are engaging disgruntled incumbent MPs. This is Justin Koda, General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Justin Koda from Pong has raised concerns over some incumbent MPs who, after losing in the party's primaries, plan to contest the 2024 general elections as independent candidates. He noted that the party is engaging these individuals, expressing hope that they will reconsider their decision to run independently. He was speaking on Eyewitness News, where he acknowledged that while a development is troubling, the NPP is optimistic. Quote, our brothers and sisters who went through the election, at no point in time was any issue raised about the delegate album or the process was skewed towards a particular person. We all go into elections having at the back of our minds that we can win or lose. So when you go to the election and you lose, you just accept it in good faith and hope for the better. We are finding it a bit difficult to understand, but we still believe that we should still engage those who have decided to be independent until the final day that the Electoral Commission will come out with a notice of poll. Nathan, the ECG's financial mismanagement is pushing Ghana towards another economic crisis. This is ASAP sounding alarm in page 7 of the Ghanaian Publisher this morning. Story says Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, is once again under fire for its deepening financial mismanagement and inefficiency, which threatens not only the company's existence but also Ghana's entire budget. So ASAP has raised alarms about ECG's mounting losses, questionable procurement practices, and overall failure to operate with a business-oriented mindset. Kojo Yawoche, ASAP's policy lead for petroleum and conventional energy, at a media briefing on Thursday, September 19, issued a damning statement calling for immediate reforms. Quote, the political lethargy to enable ECG to deliver value to the people of Ghana continues to hurt Ghana's budget and by extension its development efforts. The situation is no longer tenable. We heard in the 6 a.m. news bulletin where he called for complete, he wants the management and board of ECG dissolved, so a new team of leaders quickly reassembled to salvage the situation. Nathan, that's Ghanaian Times and ECG, ASAP on ECG's financial management issues. What is the Herald saying?
The Herald is also saying that's on page 4. Illegal miners threatening fisher folk on black water with weapons. Now, the president of the National Inland Canoe Fishermen Council, Jacob Kabore Tete Ageke, has revealed that the inland fishing or fishery sector is being threatened by illegal mining activities, warning of an imminent fish stock decline. According to him, fisher folk on the Black Volta in the Savannah region are chased away by illegal miners to allow them to mine on the water body. Speaking on the sidelines of a stakeholder meeting in Kumasi on reviewing the new Fisheries Act, Mr. Ageke explained that despite efforts to ward off the miners, they continued to ravage the water body, denying the fishers of their daily source of livelihood. And he highlighted the devastation of mining activities on the tributaries of the Volta Lake, and these activities were causing widespread damage to the aquatic ecosystem and fish population.
Let me bring you to the Ghanaian Publisher again. Major rehabilitation work begins on Accra Kumasi Highway. Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Francis Asensu-Boachi, has inspected rehabilitation work on the Apedra Edreso stretch of the Accra Kumasi Highway, which aims to improve safety and traffic flow. 160-kilometer Apedra Edreso section is a critical highway connecting Accra to Kumasi and passes through key economic towns such as Bonsu Junction, Enyinem, Konongo, and Edreso. The rehabilitation work code is scheduled to be completed in 24 months, and upon completion, it will significantly enhance travel safety, reduce journey time, and boost economic activities between Accra and Kumasi. Really, we are hoping that this can be done in good time so that the people who ply the stretch can have some respite. Final one from you, Nathan.
Okay, just quickly, the back page of the Daily Graphic. Second-hand clothing ban detrimental. OR Foundation, AMA call for textile circular economy. The OR Foundation, not-for-profit based in Accra, and the AMA have called for a balanced, systematic solution to the global textile waste crisis, opposing the idea of a complete ban on second-hand clothing imports. The two organizations, in a joint press release issued yesterday, advocated a justice-led circular economy that tackled the root cause of the crisis, overproduction, while prioritizing the well-being of communities, particularly those reliant on Kantamatu Market, one of the largest second-hand clothing hubs in the world.
Okay, so Ghanaian Observer says, I will stop funding for free SHS feeding. John Dramani Mahama, presidential candidate for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in a desperate attempt to clarify his promise to review the free senior high school policy, has pledged to scrap the government's provision of free food to students through the National Food Buffer Stock Company Limited. That's on page 9 of the Ghanaian Observer. You can grab it for details. But final one, stop Galamsey or posterity won't forgive you. Assume Kuntihine tells Kufu Ado. That story is also on citinewsroom.com. You can get the details for yourself. But that's where we end the newspaper review. Thank you, Nathan. That was the newspaper review.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protection protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, hey, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. Hey, but my wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, Pascal. Ask the boys they help me push the car off the road. Where I look up and raise my head. Where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. Ebefa mpa. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. Hey, Ebefa mpa. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. Believe with us, Ebefa.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Now you can get 10% off food, drinks, beauty and cosmetics, home essentials, electrical appliances, mobile phones, accessories, clothing and so much more. Made in Ghana goods and a lot more at the Momo Cashless Market. You heard right. From the 2nd to the 6th of October at the Tetekwashi Interchange. It's called the Guard Park. There will be over 100 merchants in one place with amazing discounts for all Momo customers. Fun activities include artist performances, DJs on rotation, board and TV games, kids zone and giveaways. Join the fun at the Guard Park. This is the Tetekwashi Interchange from the 2nd to the 6th of October 2024. Each day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and just Momo everywhere you go. Good energy brings you Girls Super XP, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Is flowing at many Girl stations in the country. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Girls Super XP is quality. It gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Fortified with special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimum fuel, and it is suitable for most vehicles. As you journey on the road, look out for Girl stations with the Girl Super XP sign and go fuel up. Girl Super XP. Wufilia ube filisa. Girl good energy. Yangara idea. And Shika Caesar joins us for the Friday edition of the Citi Business News. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Caleb. How
What's
are you doing?
with this pink vibe this morning?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Is the dollar doing well against the pink? You know?
Yeah, you see in a bit.
All right, you tell me about it.
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, banks in Ghana move to intensify collaboration with law enforcement agencies to tackle internal fraud. Also coming up, Africa's Center for Energy Policy urges government to engage a strategic private sector partner to aid the operations of the Electricity Company of Ghana. And later, digital payment solutions provider eTransact Ghana Limited outdoors a mobile application, Excel Ghana, to facilitate easy payments digitally. We settle for the details of our stories now. In a decisive move to address rise in internal fraud, banks in Ghana are set to intensify collaboration with law enforcement agencies to restore confidence and stability within the financial sector. This action follows the latest annual fraud report, which revealed a sharp 46% increase in fraudulent activities involving bank staff and employees of specialized deposit-taking institutions. The report highlighted a surge from 188 implicated staff in 2022 to 274 in 2023. Speaking at the 41st Annual General Meeting of the Association of Banks in Accra, the president of the association, John Kofi Adomaku, stressed that legal punitive measures will complement strengthened internal controls to curb the trend.
Banks are investing heavily in automation to reduce fraud. They are also embarking on tight risk policies, and that will ensure that some of this fraud is kept under wraps, particularly because, banks are going the technology way now. And so we are opening up ourselves to all kinds of platforms, all kinds of people, all kinds of systems. And therefore, it's very important that we pay a lot of attention to cyber security. We've also put fraud monitoring systems in place to identify fraud as quickly as we can when it occurs. But the agenda is to make it more difficult for fraud to occur. So strategy is a preventive strategy rather than a reactive one. We don't only sack them, but the evidence we have is what we make available to the police, goes to court, and the courts make the decision. So it's not that we don't want to bang people in. If you steal and we catch you, yes, we will fire you, but we will also prosecute. If the law suggests that you go to jail, then that's what it is.
That was the president of the Ghana Association of Banks, John Kofi Adomaku, speaking there. Now, the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, has urged the government to engage a strategic private sector partner to aid the operations of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, citing persistent issues of mismanagement and financial inefficiencies. According to ACEP, the current administration of ECG has consistently underperformed, particularly in recovering costs from power sales, which has compounded the company's financial struggles, therefore warranting the dismissal of the management of the power distributor. ACEP argues that introducing a private sector partnership could provide the necessary expertise and efficiency to turn the ECG's operations around. Kojo Yaoche is the policy lead on petroleum and conventional energy at ACEP.
That has always been ACEP's position, especially based on the experience of government failing to regulate itself. So the commercial regulator is regulating a government entity within the same space, and that we have all seen the challenges that come with that approach. Now, for strategic partnership, there are various forms that could be considered. In fact, we have also considered one, the concession arrangement that was unfortunately botched, the PBS arrangement. That is an example of what can be done. But in making those calls, I think the key thing here is calling for transparency that injects genuine capital.
Kojo Yaoche is policy lead on petroleum and conventional energy at the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP. Now, digital payment solutions provider eTransact Ghana Limited has adored a mobile application, Excel Ghana, for its customers to facilitate easy payment digitally. The company explains that the app also enables its customers to mobilize group contributions, send money, shop, and access a wide range of services. Speaking after the launch of the mobile app, the chief executive officer of eTransact Ghana Limited, Dr. John Appiah, stressed that the app is aimed at bringing convenience to its customers.
Of being able to do things, sometimes you use one app to send money here, you use one app to pay for your DSTV, you use another app to pay for your water, electricity. This is everything under one roof. It's like going to a petrol station, you buy fuel, and then you do your groceries, and then you have your car wash. That is the equivalent of what we're trying to do with this app. And what I like to say is, I think our app is even beyond payments. Our app is about creating particular niches. So we have some exclusive contracts, for instance, with the Commonwealth Office, where you can have Commonwealth jobs and internships only on our app.
You heard the CEO of eTransact Ghana Limited, John Appiah, speaking there. Now, on the Forex market today, the dollar could be sold to you at 15 cedis 76 pesos, the British pound at 21 cedis, and the euro at 17 cedis 62 pesos. And that does it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Siza. Many thanks for your time. Do enjoy a great business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Joy
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Go. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition.
What else?
Koda. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Koda.
Memma woni pe bi embu abonfia ahopo pro mo yenye na bo huntia oye wo tamfo ja no manimia yembu amu amunsi na bumpia
se wo pe mo anyo menyi na edi nana nyame ni awaka no ne bebe mo ta wo ma usa swabi ponyi na tutu. So my body don't lose God, can't walk home my door, yeah. Everybody.
It's 10 after 7. Very shortly, we'll bring you a very interesting conversation on GESAL, the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk Sharing for Agricultural Lending. Bernard sat with some industry analysts in that space, officials on the rubber value chain and its role in revolutionizing Ghana's agricultural sector. Stay tuned for that. Now, if you're sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, it has never been this easy, convenient, and exciting. Through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, you can send and receive money from Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone in minutes for business and personal purposes. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch nationwide where your cash and your money is transferred in no time. To receive money, all you need is a First Bank Ghana account. This is another way by which First Bank Ghana is putting you first. If you need more information, please call 0596 921 921. First Bank Ghana, you first.
Everybody sing it, hallelujah.
Hello, my dear entrepreneurs out there. Prepare to transform your business this September with Telecel. We are celebrating the Telecel SME month under the theme Connecting Businesses, Connecting the Woman in Business. You'll engage, network, and learn from industry leaders in our insightful Telecel Women in Business webinar. It's a series and we call it the Women Power 100 Launch. There are exciting rewards in store for all businesses as part of our newly launched Red Loyalty for Business, some of which includes gift vouchers, phone rewards for new sign-ups, 50% discount on bills, shopping and group lunch vouchers, 50% cash back to merchants, free radio and digital ads. Women entrepreneurs, seize the opportunity. Join our special Telecel Women in Business membership and elevate your enterprise to new heights. For more information, please visit www.telecel.com.gh/business. Call us on 0302 334040.
Don't lose guard.
Don't lose guard. If you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, you're looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that equips you with useful employability skills that takes you to the next step, closer to the career of your dreams. It gets you singing hallelujah because you will get up to 50% scholarship. And you'll be right here in Ghana. I'm talking about Lancaster University, Ghana. You'll be taught by the finance faculty trained to UK standards. So call us now, 020-960-7008. Visit www.lancaster.edu.gh. Email admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University, Ghana. The only British university campus in West Africa. So earlier this week, the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk Sharing for Agricultural Lending GESL marked its 5th anniversary. There was an educative panel discussion on the rubber value chain and its role in revolutionizing Ghana's agricultural sector. That panel was moderated by Bernard Avler, and so we are bringing you that conversation on the Citi Business Edition. Enjoy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
I see you can call them the processors, all right? And then we see the value addition people and then the exporters. But the finance people, you are there for all the four. Okay. And now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have 3 rounds of questions, right? So the first round will focus on the problems. The second round will focus on the government intervention. And then the third one will focus on opportunities and prospects. Then we'll open the floor. So it's very simple. This is not rocket science. So first round, what is the most important problem that needs to be addressed? And this is from everybody's perspective. So I'll start again with Grell. From where you sit, what is 1 or 2 of the most important issues that needs to be addressed right now? Because we are live on TV. The president is watching. Everybody's watching. What's the most important thing we need to do in rubber to solve that challenge?
Thank you, Ben. Currently, the most important thing we need to do is to regulate the export of raw couplums. You know, the export of raw couplums is killing the whole industry. And like Nee said, throughout to 2016, we had sustained funding for the plantation development. That is the AgriWa project, which was moving on smoothly to 2016, the last phase being phase 5. Then this was going on smoothly because the financial operator, that is the banks, ADB and NIB, through the processes, were able to ensure that the farmers repaid their loan. So it's sustained. That is why right after a phase, the financiers come on another phase. Unfortunately, with the export of couplums, it disorganized the system. Say that the financiers are not able to ensure the repayment of the loan through the processes. So you have people just coming into the country, they buy the raw couplums, and that is it. So we are not able to trace them. The farmers just sell them to these people. So the banks. Okay.
Since not all of us are experts in the industry, you are talking about cap lumps. Yes. What is that?
The cap lump is the latex. You know, the coagulated latex from the natural rubber tree. When you explore, you see the white liquid coming out. We coagulate, and that is the.
So it's coagulated.
Yes.
So when you go on a rubber tree, they put some cap under, and the thing drills, it comes into it.
Yes.
It's raw, and they export it raw.
They export it raw without processing. So what we do is that we, the processors, we process it into TSR, the technically specified rubber.
So if they export it raw, what does that do? Does it reduce the value, therefore you don't get enough money? What I want to understand why that's a problem.
Well, definitely when they export it raw, there's no value addition to the product. And I think the chief technical
advisor
showed us a slide where we have the export revenue. These people exporting, we don't get the revenue back.
Okay, I need help on his mic. We need help. He's saying some very important things, but I can't hear him. So when they export it raw, no value is added. And what else is the problem you're saying?
No value is added. We also don't get the needed foreign
revenue because it's cheaper to export raw.
It's cheaper.
But who is exporting it raw? Because you produce.
We produce.
Who comes to export it raw?
We have a lot of foreigners, basically from Asia.
They come direct.
They come directly and they purchase the capulums from the farmers through third parties or middlemen. Some of them also go directly to the farm gate to purchase them. And as there's no regulation or no law banning that, they are free to export those things.
Right. To make it easy for us, let's assume there's 100 tons of rubber produced. Between the three stages of those who produce, you, the large guys, the middle people, and then the outgrowers, what percentage do you guys produce? Do you know? If there's 100 tons of rubber produced raw, I want to know the breakdown of who's producing, who's growing the rubber. Is it you, them, or other people?
No, majority of this is coming from the outgrower project.
So Castro,
yeah, they have a majority.
So about 70%, 60%?
60-70% is coming from the outgrower.
What percent will Grail and the big guys do?
We have about 30%, 40%.
So the middle guys don't. So Castro, are you the one selling the raw cap? No, give him them. Because I want to know, because once you grow it belongs to you, right? So Castro, I'll come back to you. I just want to know, is it what he's saying, is it true? And this is true. Who is selling this to the Asians?
Yeah, some of our members are doing that, the outgrowers.
Oh.
Because they want to avoid paying the bank loan.
Oh.
Because per tripartite agreement, you need to send your product to GREL. And GREL will deduct 25% for loan repayment. So when this side selling business came in, to avoid paying the loan, they will not take the rubber to GREL.
Oh.
They will sell it outside GREL, and that's where these exporters also get their
so this is a moral problem and an enforcement problem. So you give a loan, and the arrangement is that in paying, GREL will act as the first officer. He will collect, and because he's experienced, 25% of the value goes into servicing the loan.
Yes.
And the Castro people say they don't like that.
Yes, that is the major challenge that has stalled the outgrower process for some time. I'm sure that if things were running the way it was before 2016, we would have had maybe phase 6, phase 7, or phase 8, and then expanded it. So the tripartite arrangement was that GREL, being the technical company, will support the farmers in terms of the growing of the crop.
The crop, yeah.
And then when it matures and they start tapping, GREL will also buy it from them.
Yeah.
And then when they buy it, we had supported them with the loan for the initial costs, the stumps, the fertilizer, and the part of the labor, so that when they start tapping from the 7th year onwards, portions of their production that is sent to GREL will be deducted to repay their loans, and then the rest is given to them. And once the repayment is going on, we had phase 1, it encouraged us to do phase 2, phase 3, NIB came in, phase 4, and then phase 5.
So it was working?
It was working.
So who came to spoil it?
It was working. I think one key item that probably triggered it was the drop of the international prices of rubber.
Okay.
And it went low. But like you're saying, the immoral aspect of it has affected the entire sector.
Wow.
Such that now it is good we are addressing this issue. And when we get it addressed, every financier, every bank wants an institution that the repayments can come.
We are still on round one. I want to take Mr. Owusu's view.
Yeah.
What they are saying, is it true? And how does it affect you? Since you are the guy who's actually adding value to the thing for us. And they are selling it straight. So talk to us, Mr.
Yes, okay. So like Perry said for Grail, it's the same for Narrowbase. And I want to say that, for instance, in May, we produce only for 7 days. We process only for 7 days, whilst we had commitments.
Oh.
Now, I want to add this dimension. Sometimes we will say, oh, maybe we are not paying the right price for the local farmers. But what is happening is this. When you export a ton of rubber from Ghana to, let's say, Thailand or Malaysia, it gets there about $600 per metric ton. When in Thailand, a processor like ours, like Narrowbase, buys from a local market $800 per ton. So you see the difference. So what the processors they are doing is that they are buying from Africa, not only Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, and so they mix it so they get, let's say, the unit cost for them is low. So they are able to stay in business. And I tell you, if they don't get rubber from Africa, they will collapse.
Wow.
The other thing too is that rubber, TSR rubber from Africa, whether Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Nigeria, is discounted on the world market.
Okay.
And so you could see the dynamics. Whilst they are getting cheap raw material from Africa, they are able to sell higher than us. And it's a discount of minimum of about $300 per metric ton. So it is not that processors in Ghana, we are not giving the fair price. Now TCD is a regulator, so they are giving the floor price every month. And we as processors, depending on what you want to buy, we compete amongst ourselves. So the point is also that most of these exporters are Chinese, Indians, and they are just
exploiting the loophole in the market.
Exactly, and they bring oil, rice, and they buy.
You know the funny thing, in June,
and the dollars don't come back.
In June, I was at an event for cashew people. Or was it cashew? And they said the same thing. Where's the cashew guy? So apparently, people come from Vietnam. Am I lying? They come from Vietnam, Thailand, and come and buy the thing raw, and they basically do the same thing. So it looks like it's a problem you are aware of. Yeah. But I just wanted to ask Castro a question. Is it that the loan term is too difficult for your members? Why are they selling the raw thing to the people instead of going through the process? Is it that the loan arrangement, the interest is too high? What's the problem?
I think that it's about morality.
Okay.
Because when we started this loan repayment, some even overpaid before the bank drawing their attention that they have overpaid their loans, because there was no any avenue you can sell your produce apart from sending it to grab. So like Mr. Newquist said, it was systematic. People were devoted to pay, and more especially you have no other avenue.
Okay.
Until this door was opened, where the morality issue came.
Okay.
Any farmer from phase 1 to phase 3 who was committed in paying the loan has paid the loan. But we have others who have vowed not to pay. So that's where the morality is. And I've told my members we have shut ourselves down, because no rubber farmer can say that this outgrower project didn't impact on his life. And now that there's stagnation, we have shut our foot down, because where is that poverty alleviation component of it? And that is where the pain is. We thought we wanted to dodge the bank, forgetting that it will affect us.
You are doing yourself.
We are doing
Good.
ourselves.
So for round 2, I'll start with Mr. Oting, because actually it goes straight. So you sit at TCDA, you've seen what is going on. Can you confirm that this is happening? Is it your job to stop it or somebody else?
Okay, Bernard. So basically, we are very fully aware. I'll say our first inception board meeting, we got challenges. All the value chain actors. I must say, our board is a 29-member board. 24 are private sector driven. We have farmers, we have exporters, processors, aggregators on our board. Just so that they will tell us firsthand the problems facing each of the 3 crops that is under our regulation. So we knew about this problem. So for a quick fix, what we decided was that the margins on the exported rubber is about 30%. So we're going to put a punitive tax of 25% straight on the export of raw caplam, so that it is a disincentive to business. We engaged the Finance Committee of Parliament. Unfortunately, they said Ghana was zero rated for exports, and so we're turned down. That was a quick fix solution that we wanted to implement, so that at least our rubber will stay in, we'll process it, add value before we export. Then we decided that no, if we still have to solve this problem, and we decided that we were going to register every actor, which we have done. We are registering all the producers who are the farmers, we are registering the processors, we are registering the exporters, and anybody who is an exporter must get a reference letter from a processor before they'll be allowed to yes. And then we have also engaged the port authorities, Ghana Ports and Harbors, and blah blah blah. We've sent letters that commencing I think 1st October, if they don't see the TCDA registration as a licensed exporter or a licensed processor, they are not going to be able to allow to export anything.
Wow.
Yes.
Look, I think he deserves a round of applause for making the thing so cogent. And for people like us who didn't know anything about rubber, we are learning a lot. This is really great. I wanted to go to the parliament side. Why didn't they agree to the 25% tax? Because it made sense to me, right? Is it that they didn't understand it?
We engaged Finance Committee for a long time. They said, which I think personally, I mean, no pun intended, it's a long time when we're looking at the economic recovery programs 1 and 2 and the structure adjustment programs and all of that. We're looking at putting Ghana there as a venue for foreign direct investments, and that's when we promulgated such things. I think Parliament should really look at it, because these foreigners are exporting our raw materials for free. Ghana, for instance, especially on the cashew side of business, we are producing about only 30,000 metric tons. Processing 30,000. We are producing around 300,000, 330,000 metric tons. But we get exports. Go and check from the Ghana Shippers Authority. 500,000 metric tons, about 600,000 being exported to our ports. But we know the production figures locally. That is not up to that amount. What is happening? You get people bringing cashew from Cote d'Ivoire and then exporting through our shores tax-free. Yes, so that's what and it's still going on. So I'm sure.
Is it possible to ban export of the cap lumps?
No, because of the zero free trade across ECOWAS free trade issues, and we have some bottlenecks which we are trying to work around to ensure that at least 80% of what is produced is processed for exports. Yes.
Do we have the processing capacity to meet the production?
GREL has the store processing capacity. Narrowbakes, we have a few of the companies, EPS Ghana, RPGO. Yes,
they can process the thing.
They can process. Like
please,
Mr. Usu was, sorry.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Yes. Now we have even deficit. If we don't export 1 kg of rubber, we can process
everything in Ghana.
I want to say that with TCDA, the act, we have the LI backing the act, and Regulation 50 is very clear that everybody should be licensed, and not until the local processors can absorb all the raw material, nobody's allowed to export. So based on that, TCDA, the new regulator, is going to use regulatory 50 to make sure that.
So just to clear, if I'm a Vietnamese or Chinese and I want to export the capulums, I need you to stamp and say you've agreed for Bernard to do it, and I also need his certification. No. Otherwise, I'm doing an illegal thing.
Yeah, you need TCDA.
I need him.
Yes, you should have a license to export. Now, the caveat here even is that if you own your own plantation, you can export. But so let's say you have 50 hectares of rubber. We are in the industry. We know that 50 hectares of rubber can give you, I'm just giving a figure, 2 tons. You can only export 2 tons. And the Regulation 50 is very clear that if we, the processors, we cannot absorb that 2 tons, then before they allow it to export. So now the onus lies on TCDA.
So you have
to crack the ship.
Do you have a whip? Girl, what they are saying, is it correct?
Yes, but I disagree with my brother a bit on the issue of the ban.
Okay.
You see, we don't need to reinvent the wheels. When we saw the figures, we saw where Ivory Coast was. Over 1 million tons a year. We are less than 100,000. In the same region, Ivory Coast has banned the export of raw capulums.
They have banned it.
They banned the export of raw capulums.
Are they a member of WTO?
They are a member. You see,
so how can they ban and we can ban?
We cannot ban. So that's the issue for the regulator to tell us that we need to be able to take that bold decision, because Ben, what is happening, like Mr. Osu said, currently we have more processing capacity than the raw materials without export, and this processing capacity does not include all what is being installed now through GESA. Just 3 or 4 of us have a capacity this year to process more than 100,000 tons. Okay. But the available raw material, even if we should process everything here, we'll still have a shortfall of over 30,000 tons. So you have this shortfall already of 30,000 tons. Then you have export of raw capulums. So it increases.
So it's not that we are not producing enough. People are just exporting it. Let me take your comment. Then I need you to do something for me. But let's take Mr. Oting to just respond to that. Then I'll come to you.
Okay, Bernard, I get what he's saying, but we want, maybe Ivory Coast, I don't know, but we want to comply. The after head office is here. Yes, the after head office is here, and with all due respect, we have Ghanaians who are also exporting to African countries for export revenue, and if they all decide that they're also going to ban our products from coming into their country, there's going to be a theft war. So we have to be we have to look at curbing in-house.
The people don't agree with you.
No,
they don't agree with you.
We have Ghanaians also exporting to the Americas, to the EU market, and all of that. So we cannot just ban the export.
Hold on. You see, when we started, we asked what percentage of reproduction is Castro doing? He's doing 70. This guy is doing like 30. What percentage of those who are exporting these capulums are Ghanaians? Maybe they are Ghanaians fronting for other people.
Agree.
Possibly. We've seen the fronting issue.
Agree.
So I'll come back to this point. I just wanted to ask you a question.
No, Ben, 1 minute.
Okay.
Just one. So the registration activity which we have completed, we kept this.
Okay.
We have registered all the producers, we have registered the aggregators, the producers, and the exporters. And every registered exporter was on the back of an introduction from the processors.
So you think that registration is the solution?
Yes. So if they have caused the registration of an exporter by giving an introductory letter to somebody who didn't deserve it, then.
But you see, as a regulator, if you cannot enforce the law, it's just an advice. So do you have the tools? Because there's the port, there's the shipping.
Yes.
Do you have eyes in all those places?
So now it's going to be put on the Ghana Port GPHLI that without a TCDA certification you cannot export any of the both technically.
But I know people can manufacture certifications and at the port, miracles can take place.
You need GSA certification for certain products to export, and it's working fine.
So you're saying once that is done, they can't export?
I think they should cut down the illegal export by about almost 80%.
You are sure?
Yes, 100%.
Do you people believe it is?
They should do that.
Okay, we'll pause. I just want you guys
to do that.
Comment on what you've heard. You are financing this and all this is happening, and yet you think there's opportunity there. Are you confident that his approach will solve it and open up for more opportunities as a financer?
Yes, I think that regulation is one of the key things that is needed and critical. But let me add that it is not just about regulation, but how well do you enforce that regulation to make it effective? That is key. And like he's talking about the certification, and I mean, you're raising issue about people faking some of this certification. Maybe it needs to be upgraded for a form of validation from the ports. For instance, if somebody produces a GRA certificate right now, a tax certificate, there's a way to validate whether that certificate is authentic or not. In the same way, TCDA should look at that so that wherever you are, if anybody presents anything, you can validate and be sure that this is from TCDA,
Wonderful.
for which reason it is genuine. But all these problems, and I'm saying that we have cocoa, for instance. There's strong regulation on cocoa. Much as there are problems in the cocoa industry, you don't see this kind of wholesale individual exports of cocoa by people, because the regulation is quite right. I mean, you can't just match it. That is what we need TCDA to come up to, so that it will help address the issue. And once that is addressed, my problem is addressed.
Thank you. You want to comment?
Nikwe, just to talk to your cocoa point. Cocoa is because no individual apart from government can export cocoa. So you cannot go and buy cocoa. And cocoa, government has given Cocoa Board holds the balance sheet to buy every ton of cocoa that's produced. We don't have the balance sheet. All the history crops that we are regulating are private sector driven. So that is the differentials here.
It's very important.
But go on. It's still regulation. Here, TCDA are empowering the processes to be the sole buyers of this raw material. And if they also comply with what government has done for cocoa, it should work.
Do we need a law for that?
No, I think yes.
So that the process, of course, I think that's what he's doing.
Exactly.
All right, guys, let's pause. It's going well, but I need to hear from these guys too. We've done 2 rounds. I think we need to put our hands together for the panel. It's been amazing. The 3rd round is on opportunities, but I feel like we need to align. Yes, so Tutu Ejare will speak. There's a guy from Olam Food Ingredients. He will share the cashew experience. KK. So board members want to speak. Founding CEO wants to speak. Olam Food Ingredients, your advice is necessary. Yes, Tutu.
I have a couple of questions and maybe comments. The first one pertains to statements that have been made to say that capacity exceeds supply. So if capacity exceeds supply and you have an LI backing it, by default there should be no exports. And if you do not grant any export licenses, then you should kill the issue once and for all. Because if you make that statement that you're in compliance with the LI, then nobody can export. It has to be processed. Obviously, there's an issue of price because you cannot lowball those who are selling. The second thing is that for those who are being given loans, who are then selling outside of the structure, why can't you enforce the loan as you would if I bought a house and I didn't pay the mortgage? So why is it a complaint and not, well, you came for the loan, you're supposed to pay me back. It doesn't matter where you sell it, as long as you pay me back my loan. And if you don't do that, you shouldn't have the asset. So I'm trying to understand why this is still an issue and if this is a potential solution to that issue.
Thank you. So take note of the loan enforcement question and the price dimension. We'll come to the answer. Mr. KK.
All right. Thank you. Well, fortunately, I was one of the key people that led in developing the TCDA. And the spirit behind it was not to replicate Cocoa Board. Okay. But the spirit of that was to regulate and ensure that we got the best value out of it.
Okay.
So I'm at loss as to why TCDA, based on the act that I led on it, and based on the subsequent LI, cannot stop the ban of exports. I'm struggling, because the reality is that when the Act came into place, 6 months after the Act, all people in the value chain shall be registered. So the issue, you have the tools to register. Number two, if I move between Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, it's a EU ELTS issue. But once it's moving to India, it's no more an outer issue. So in my view is that I think TCDA, my humble view, should go and look at this act again. The act that I led on it, and make sure that rubber is banned, because the potential for the rubber sector is enormous.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a bit sad that 3 years, 3 years after the promulgation of it, we are still grappling with the issue of exports of capilams. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amankwa Salif.
Amankwa Yusuf.
Yusuf Amankwa. I almost call you Salif Amankwa.
Three key issues on processing, production, and export.
Yes, sir.
First, on the production. For us to go into production, one thing we need to all understand is that every industry, let me be specific to cashew, I don't know more about rubber, but to cashew. We are comparing Cote d'Ivoire and other places. Before Cote d'Ivoire became Cote d'Ivoire and started putting policies in place, they first of all made sure they grew the crop from, they were behind Ghana, but today they are almost 1 million ton crop. We are still between 200-300. So we are still at a premature stage to really put in policies. Putting in policies, stringent policies at this moment, will rather stifle growth of the crop. Why am I saying that? Competition leads to farmers enjoying. Let me just use this year as an example. Why have cashew prices moved to almost 14, 15 cedis to the farmer? It's because there was, at a point, there was a short crop speculation that moved the crop to that level. So I believe that Ghana, for us to move to any level, we still need maybe some 3-4 years or 5 years to increase production to a certain level for us to become giants in the industry. Then we can take certain calls. That is one on that side. On the part of processing, why are we not competitive to Vietnam and India? We are not competitive because cost of production here have been so high. My little economist tells me that if you want to set up a factory, set up close to proximity of raw material, isn't it? So if Ghana today, we are producing, and yet still we are not competitive in processing, what are the reasons? We need to investigate that. If we investigate that and we know what it is, then we can now be competitive to the other areas. Now the third one has to do with the export. See, every country, definitely as we export, we Ghanaians are beneficiaries of whatever export moves out of our land, if there is an export to it, isn't it? So along the borderlines, assuming today we say that we are restricting import of those commodities like from Ivory Coast, Burkina into our country, will we get the foreign reserves that we are talking of? Like my CEO said here, we are exporting almost 500,000. Yes, still our production is just around 250,000, isn't it? If we put a tax on it, definitely Ghana is going to gain. So I feel that it's a good environment that we need to take advantage of. Let's encourage them to bring in. We export, revenue comes in, and we are able to increase our crop. Yeah. Processing comes
in. Hold on.
I
want to take you on your first point. You're saying that we should allow production to increase before we bring in the policies. Is it not the policy that stimulates the production? Because if the people are taking loans and they are not paying, how can they increase their production?
Okay, Bernard, if you give loan to a farmer and he's not getting competitive price, how can he be encouraged to go further into production?
Is the price not locked into the...
No.
So the price is outside the loan agreement?
Yes.
So the Tutu point on price is the issue. So it's a price issue.
Yeah, price is the motivation factor
a price
to the
issue.
farmer. You understand? Let's put cocoa farmers today. People are cutting down trees of cocoa and other things because they've seen interest in Galamsey that is yielding more for them, isn't it? 5-6 years back, the perception was that people were getting more in cashew than cocoa because prices moved to almost a competitive level, and cashew is just 3 months aggressive. You get your money, you are done. Cocoa will take 1 full year. You have to do weeding and other things. So people were cutting down cocoa trees and moving into cashew. Till Galamsey took over and they moved to that area. So if the farmer gets competitive price, then all these things
But is it as simple as, because if somebody who has a lot of money from abroad can offer them a better price, how do we solve the price problem?
Can I say we're kind of straying from the central point? Let's stick with rubber. We're
Yes.
solving somebody else's problem. We'll do cashew another time.
Okay.
I know you know cashew, but let's just stick with rubber.
Good.
My point about price is that I'm a farmer. I borrow money. I'm supposed to pay it back.
Yeah.
Whether I sell to GREL or I sell to a third party should be irrelevant as long as I pay my loan back.
Yeah.
And if I don't pay my loan back, I should enforce the terms and conditions.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. And why isn't that being done if that is an issue around people selling to third parties?
And if it wasn't for guests, I wouldn't even know rubber was this exciting. But you are surviving.
Anyway, Bernard, they say honest feedback is a gift from God.
Yeah.
Initially, we tried to ban the export of raw cap lambs. We had most of the processors were in favor. We had a few pushback. Like my colleague said, normally for us to take these policies to cabinet and then to parliament for execution, we need full stakeholder engagement and full stakeholder buy-in. Like I said, honest feedback is a gift from God. I see majority of us here are in favor of banning. We are going to, from this meeting, see what we can do to satisfy our stakeholders who are main prime customers. Then I must say that we are not only regulators, we are also mandated to develop the tree crop subsector and Planting for Food and Jobs 1, started by Dr. Uswe Friakoto, and PFG2 being continued by Honorable Brandy Champon, will be distributing early seedlings to all farmers within the rubber growing areas under a World Bank funded component 1 to 4 grant composite facility contracted by Parliament on our behalf. So let's prepare our lands in readiness to receive this. I remember when this authority was set up, the prime goal was that by the year 2030, we'll be able to export for all the 6 tree crops $1.5 billion in export revenue. Cashew is getting there. Rubber is picking up. Coconut is also doing well. We are hoping that by 2030, we'll be able to do that, get 1.5 billion in all the 6 tree crops as revenue earners for the government of Ghana. So let's prepare our lands to receive these elite rubber seedlings ASAP, and let's continue to increase production and acreages under cultivation so that we can get the desired benefits for all and sundry. Like my colleague also said, we need the collaboration of all multi-agencies and government institutions, GSA, the Ghana Post and Harbors and all of that, to be able to implement the LIs that we have promulgated and help us in the enforcement of same for a successful Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for them. Wow. We've been listening to Mr. Emmanuel Akwesi-Owusu, Managing Director of Narrow Breeze. We've been listening to Mr. Isaac Castro-Bosomtwe, Chairman, Rubber Outgrowers and Agents, Perry Champong, Corporate Affairs Manager, GREL, Nicholas Nikwe of ADB, and of course Mr. Yawating, Deputy of the Tree Crops. Guess how? This is great. So I was summarizing what I learned. I think I got 6 power words, and I've created a mnemonic out of it. So pricing is very important. P, pricing, right? Whether somebody is selling below price or is selling to do money laundering, whatever, there's a pricing issue, there's a regulation issue. So that's the R. Interagency collaboration, big word from, is it a free? Thank you for that. M is monitoring or morality, right? There's a morality. We need to pray for the people in the outgrower community. So there's M, so pricing, regulation, interagency collaboration, monitoring, and of course morality. E is enforcement of the rules. And then the last word is S, standards. So primes. So if you want to remember 5 lessons from here: pricing, regulation, interagency collaboration.
Conversation.
Electoral Ghana Limited is back back with a massive back-to-school promo. Visit EGL showrooms and authorized dealer stores across Ghana for best offers on Samsung, Media, TCL, and NASCO products. Get a free portable audio speaker with the 50-inch NASCO Android UHD Smart TV for just 4,999 Ghana cedis. NASCO AC starting 3,699 Ghana cedis with free air cooler. Experience UHD 4K Smart Android TV with TCL for 6,499 Ghana cedis and receive a free electric kettle. Cook up a storm with the Media 20-liter solo microwave for only 999 Ghana cedis and say no to cold meals. Get a free cake mixer with the 4-burner Media gas cooker. Call 0503-159-739 for more information. Electroland Ghana Limited, home of electronics and appliances. Terms and conditions apply.
From small villages to big cities across Ghana, healthcare businesses have goals. Goals to provide better care with better equipment, to expand and better serve more communities, to build better medical labs, better clinics, and bring better healthcare to more people. Goals to help people get better. EcoBank provides your healthcare business with working capital through the EcoBank Merchant Cash Advance. EcoBank's range of bespoke asset finance solutions make buying medical equipment, expanding pharmacies and labs effortless. It's a better way to a healthier Ghana. Open an EcoBank account for a healthcare business now. Contact EcoBank via 0800-003-225 toll free or businessassist@ecobank.com for more. A better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Looking for the best in homeware and accessories? Talk of bed, furniture, bathroom accessories, and anything to get your home in radiance. Visit Ashford Maze at Achimota Retail Center. We always have amazing deals and unbelievable discounts to offer. A vibe sing kwa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello and welcome everyone. I am Bernard Abekwatri here with the very latest from the world of sport. First, we have a big game this weekend. It's Manchester City up against Arsenal at Etihad Stadium on Sunday, match day 5 of the greatest league on earth, the English Premier League. Plus, we build up to the 2024 City Business Olympics coming up on Saturday, September 28th. Now let's get into it. And the lead convener of the Save Ghana Demo movement, Veronica Komi, believes that holding Ghana's AFCON qualifier against Sudan outside the country will lead to inflated costs by the ministry and the Football Association, largely due to the expenses associated with securing accommodation and paying per diem for players and officials. As match day 3 of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers approaches, Ghana currently lacks certified stadia following the closure of the Accra, Cape Coast and Baba Yara Sports Stadia. While speaking on Football Made in Ghana, Komi expressed concerns about what the upcoming weeks could reveal regarding Ghana's crucial match against Sudan.
I think that the sports minister has done enough. And in terms of serving his herd, we do not need to go and play in Nigeria or Cote d'Ivoire or anywhere before he is sacked. He's had too many things surrounding him. And if the government was interested in sacking him, it should be today because the international embarrassment is already on. I do think that, as usual, we'll try to do whatever possible just to minimize the shame so that we can play here. We have a short time, maximum some 3 weeks, less than a month, I should say. I do think closing down the Accra Sports Stadium and all that is just a question of trying to pretend that we are working. I feel that playing away from home will benefit a lot of people because people will be drawing a lot of per diem. There has to be an advanced team. They need to inspect pitches. We have to get more hotels, get people in town just to acclimatize and all. So it will cost us more. And I do believe that there are people who benefit more. So this is even a welcoming news to them.
Interesting, isn't it? Veronica Com is a lead convener of the Save Ghana Demo movement. Now, speaking of the Black Stars, just in case you missed out, Ghana has dropped to 70th place in the latest FIFA World Ranking and 14th in Africa after a poor start to life in the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. It comes on the back of Ghana dropping 6 places from the last rankings that were put together in July 2024. Ghana still ranks outside the 10th spot in Africa. In the CAF Champions League, Samatex 1996 will face Raja Casablanca later tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the second leg of the second round. The first leg, a 2-all draw game here in Accra. For the CAF Confederations Cup playoff round in Algeria, CS Constantine facing Swatraman in the second leg at 5 p.m. on Saturday. Let's do some beach soccer now. Ghana has been placed in Group A alongside host Egypt, Morocco and Tanzania in the 2024 edition of the Beach Soccer AFCON, which will be staged from October 19 to 24, 2024. After an 8-year absence from the continental stage, the Black Sharks will be aiming to advance from the group stage of the competition. Now, on today's episode of the 2024 Business Olympics, we take a look at one of the sports which will feature at the Eden Heights Sports Complex on Saturday, September 28.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the 2024 Citi Business Olympics. On today's episode, we take a look at one of the sports set to feature at this year's event. That's the Lime and Spoon Contest. The Lime and Spoon as a sport refers to a balancing race where participants balance a lime on a spoon and race to a finish line without dropping it. It is a variation of the traditional egg and spoon race, often played in sport, parties or fun events. The challenge is to keep the lime steady on the spoon while moving as quickly as possible. If the lime falls, the participants must either start again or pick it up, depending on the rules. The sport emphasizes balance, focus, and steady movement. It's usually enjoyed for fun, especially in informal competitions. Companies at this year's Citi Business Olympics will be competing in the Lime and Spoon event with the aim of winning medals. The Citi Business Olympics is slated for Saturday, September 28 at the Eden Heights Sports Complex. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, Experts in Shipping Logistics, and Lozati Lozenges from Unicorn Chemists Limited.
My colleague Gabby Ofer with the very latest on today's episode of the 2024 Citi Business Olympics. It's happening on Saturday, September 28 at the Eden Heights Sports Complex, the biggest event of this month. Now, let's move to the night of drama, the UEFA Champions League. An incredible double stop from David Raya helped Arsenal to a goalless draw against Atalanta in their opening match day of the UEFA Champions League at the Gevis Stadium. Here's Arsenal's Declan Rice after the goalless draw.
Look, it's tough to win away in the Champions League. Really tough. You know, these are European champions. A really, really tough game. You know, they've had the same manager for 9 years, play a man-to-man game all over the pitch. And it's not easy, so you had to adjust. But I think the main thing tonight, we defended well again. You know, our high press was good, but with the ball we can be 10, 15 times better. We just give the ball away a bit too sloppily tonight when we could have hurt them and took a few more touches instead of trying to play 1 and 2 touch all the time.
You heard from Arsenal's Declan Rice. Next on Arsenal's list is the trip to the Etihad Stadium to face rivals Manchester City in the greatest league on planet Earth, the English Premier League, as on Sunday. We'll build up to that game later on Sports Flash. AS Monaco also opened their league phase campaign in the UEFA Champions League with a 2-1 victory over a 10-man Barcelona, an 8th win from their last 10 home games against Spanish opponent. That's your sports this morning. There's more later at 5 p.m. In the meantime, kindly head to citisportsonline.com for more sports stories. Thanks to Shell, and of course Zonda GH plus Polytank Ghana. I am Bernard Baker. Sports is live. Get involved.
Hey! Was yo, I dey tire for Abu chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see no, he go buy motorbike too.
But you don't see since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know they maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Wait, no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, wait, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey,
visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded a deal, but the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, 4-land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sale service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
You're looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank be no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now you got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first, First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom, seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman, sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building, and networking as companies go head to head in the various challenges to prove their skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date Saturday 28th September 2024. Venue Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time 8 a.m. Call 0558 973 973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Beaver Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 1 liter series juice, all variants, only 49 cedis, 99 pesos each, and 250 gram Daphne pen, spaghetti or elbow pasta for just 4 cedis, 49 pesos each. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 22nd September 2024. Only at ShopRite.
Beyond every boardroom is a story waiting to be written. A story of a business and its potential, of a community that thrives, a hospital that serves, and energy that powers millions of dreams. It's a story that only gets better with a partner that has the expertise and solutions to make it a reality. At Absa Corporate and Investment Banking, we are invested in your story, and we invite you to write it with us because your story matters. Absa. Authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
We started with a vision of a future where innovation is at the forefront of business operations in Ghana. We saw a world where technology is no longer just a tool, but a seamless extension of our lives, making business processes easier, faster, and more efficient. 10 years later, over 3,000 successfully implemented solutions to customers across Ghana and Africa. Tennessee has solidified her spot as the leading IT solution company in Africa. It is indeed beyond our dreams. We celebrate 10 years of tenacity, mastery, and leadership. Happy 10th anniversary to Tennessee Professional Services.
This one day give and take, your friend who could exchange. Puma Gasaba, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey, this one day give and take, your friend who could exchange. Puma Gasaba, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey, take empty from your food. All we knew, no more stress. Good exchange with Puma Gas. This one be good exchange. Say bye bye to firewood and coal and your health challenge. Good exchange with Puma Gas. This one there give and take. Your friend who good exchange. Puma Gasaba, blue cylinder, clean and and save. Hey, this one there give and take. Your friend no good exchange. Umakasaba, blue cylinder, clean and safe. Hey.
Beyond every boardroom is a story waiting to be written. A story of a business and its potential, of a community that thrives, a hospital that serves, and energy that powers millions of dreams. It's a story that only gets better with a partner that has the expertise and solutions to make it a reality. At ABSA Corporate and Investment Banking, we are invested in your story, and we invite you to write it with us because your story matters. ABSA. Authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This is a special security announcement. Trelledo, Africa's strongest burglar proofing, announces big discounts on all sliding security barriers, roller shutters, and clear guards to protect homes and offices from criminals. Trelledo is fighting rising prices by offering big savings and lower prices. Be safe, secure your premises. Google Trelledo or call 0561 24 24 24. Trelledo, Africa's strongest burglar proofing.
The Births and Deaths Registry beckons all of us to forge a future where each birth is duly recorded and every Ghanaian life is cherished and remembered. To help capture these moments, registration is absolutely free for the first day to 12 months after birth. You are, however, encouraged to register within the first 90 days of a child's birth for timely data capturing to help government plan for the child. Ensure that you present a maternal health record book or weighing card for the registration of births. By registering births, we lay the foundation for progress and prosperity in our beloved nation. Our offices are opened from Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. This message is brought to you by the Births and Deaths Registry under the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, supported by the Public Sector Reform for Results Projects and the World Bank. Call 030-3941-222 or visit pdr.gov.gh for further details. From the first cry to bidding farewells, everyone counts. Register now.
Ever dreamt of studying in Canada? Was your study visa application unsuccessful? Are you in a dilemma as to which course of study will get you that dream job in Canada? Well, the answers you seek are coming. Best Education Services proudly brings you the exclusive Study in Canada Fair. 17 Canadian public institutions with courses from bachelor's to master's degrees will be
This is Zapmalet production?
Yeah, this is done by Zapmalet.
Oh, sweet. I see.
Sumsika.
What was he trying to say in the song?
I mean, effectively saying that we are literally worshipping money. Just talking about the man's love for.
Kenya has about 4 serious songs about money.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
And even his first few albums were money themed. So Sika Card, they had Sika Bar, Sum Sika, that kind of thing. Yeah. Wow. They had a lot of money themed.
Very money themed songs there. I like it. We'll get back into money issues.
One of his popular songs is Sikampong Fanny Home with Nana Finn.
And yes, Sika. I love it too. But you had Kickoff. It was brought to you by Polytang and Zonda. Yes, Samuel Atamensa is in the studio. Nathan Obodaikwa is here. Richard Delasky joins us quickly. Acknowledging Polytang and Zonda for helping us bring you Kickoff, which you heard was brought to you by Bernard Abekotre. Polytang says, listen, today money is difficult to come by, and that's why it's even more important that you buy trusted and time-tested brands that the majority endorses when making purchase. When it comes to water storage tanks in Ghana, the name everyone knows is Polytang. Has been around for more than 30 years. You know, Polytang will sum you. If you use Sika to buy Polytang best of all. So go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytang Papa Nunier. But be mindful that Polytang does not request for Momo payments online. And then, of course, Zonda Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, TX trucks, and oil tanks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. At Zonda Ghana Limited, we do not only create opportunities, we help provide top-notch after-sales service for all your heavy and light-duty trucks and machinery needs. Visit us today at any of our 7 branches around the country. Our head office is off the Tema Flower Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. The number to call is 050-177-2222 or 050-177-3333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Now, if you're thinking of launching your career or starting your business or embarking on advanced studies within 6 months of graduation, then going to Ashesi is the surest way of getting that to happen. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi grads are noticed and they are leading successful careers. Visit ashesi.edu.gh to learn more about the Ashesi advantage. Remember, admissions are ongoing. Your living room deserves class, warmth, and memory for your family and those who visit your home. That's why Ash Foam is there. They're giving you a wide range of sofas and couches to fit every corner and space in your living room or balcony. Call them on 0243 200 729. And remember, they have free delivery to your doorstep, but be mindful of internet fraudsters. Ash Foam is what you need in your home. Be an Ash Foam now. Ash Foam, feel it, know it. Zenith Bank is 19 years old in Ghana. They've been working hard to introduce or to bring financial innovation and excellence. And they are thanking all their loyal customers for the support and the backing they've given the bank all these years. So on the 21st of September, they are inviting all of us to come to the Zenith Heights, which is their head office at Rich, for the 2024 Zenith Health Walk. Let's come together for a day of fun, fitness, and celebration. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. The new order of retirement is here. You can now retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. To do this, simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. It's that easy. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh or Brapa Hotonkwa. Old Mutual do great things
every day. And there's a belated one going out to a big cousin, Ato Ashon. We have a prayer for you, dear Lord. We thank you for the gift of another year of life for our dearest big brother and son, Ato Ashon, who turned 60 yesterday. It's been 6 decades of your glory, and we pray for nothing short of good health, joy, and wisdom as he embarks on this new chapter. This is coming from Besua and the Ashons. Happy birthday birthday belated. Happy birthday to Magdalene Deku of Megdex Clothing. This one says, please wish my girl Mariam Atre Ahin of Graceland International School, Ogle Road, a happy birthday and Allah's blessings for her. Happy birthday going out to you. Good morning, Caleb. Today is my lovely mother's birthday and she turns 100 years old today. Wonderful. 100 years. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. So we join you to wish your mother a happy 100th birthday. It says, I wish her good health and God's continued blessings with grace and protection. Happy birthday, Mrs. Mary Jolie Brown. She's in Efiakuma in Takrade, and this is coming from Tony Brown. From Tony Brown to Mrs. Jolie Brown in Efiakuma in Takrade, happy 100th birthday. And today is the birthday of Ernest Kojo Menu. Happy birthday, my brother. Yeah. To all mighty worshippers, beware. Lord Kenya. Good morning, team. A glorious happy birthday to our angels, Asha Prince Sedem Pesasa and Alisa Princess Sayer and Pesasa. Oh, these must be twins. They are?
Yes, they are.
Ooh.
Heartstone.
Pasasa. Asha Princess Pasasa and Alisa Princess Sayer Pasasa. Also, it's a boy and a girl. Oh, strong stones. You have been a tremendous source of happiness and joy to dad and mom over these 2 years. You will grow to become useful instruments for the development of society and make the world a better place for all.
Beautiful.
The good Lord who gifted you to us will protect you and provide for your sustenance all the days of your life. Amen. We love you. This is coming from mom and dad to Prince and Princess Pesesa.
Yeah. Christian Pesesa.
Oh, these are the products of Christian Pesesa in the Parliament House.
Yes.
He's putting rock on rock.
So if you do the Parliament small, they'll go do twins small.
That's a good one. Now from Pesesa, let me jump into Enterprise. If you're a customer, great news for you. If you're not, you're about to miss out. Enterprise is excited to roll out their new loyalty program. We call it the Enterprise Advantage Points. Now, Enterprise customers can rack up points and score awesome rewards just by making purchases, renewing policies and more, all through their self-service portal or the Enterprise Advantage app. Log into your account, access Advantage points and start earning points for rewards like airtime, Momo and more. Enterprise Advantage, because nothing you do should be pointless. Enterprise, your advantage. Now this is the deal everyone is asking for. This is what everyone is talking about. New ways to get the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 or Galaxy Z Flip 6. You trade in your old Galaxy Fold, Flip, S-Series or an iPhone and get up to 14,100 cedis off.
Really?
Yes. Number 2, you buy now, you pay later with zero interest over 6 months or spread the payment over 24 months with Stanbic Bank.
That's a sweet deal.
I'm telling you. And the terms and conditions apply. All you have to do is to WhatsApp or call this number now. 0550 324 794. 0550 324 794. People keep asking me for this number after we've mentioned it, because after Sames talked about the Samsung and said the Koyino. Obia ni apre, Obia beso go Samsung. What do you say?
Obia beso GB.
Obia beso GB.
That when I get money, I'll buy Trotro. I'll buy Trotro, you know the Tololi. And I'll put behind
Samsung bag me.
Samsung bag me. And I'll add the
and then there'll be exclamation sign.
Thank you.
No, so Samsung bag me.
Normally they write is still.
Yeah, still. Samsung.
Samsung bad baby.
So that's the number. Get it one more time and get your Obag baby. It's Samsung 0550-324-794. It's a sweet deal. Don't miss out, man. And look, you see, a lot of people are saying they want to jackpot, they want to get out of the country. You don't need to leave Ghana to acquire skills that can give you international currency, hard currency. If you're in Ghana and you take advantage of ALX's online free courses, you're going to get skills that will help you to make some money from other parts of the world. While you are still here, you get to enjoy your wache and your amokpala and everything in the system. Everybody's here. You don't have to leave the system necessarily. You understand? It's possible if you take the AI Career Essentials and Virtual Assistance programs from ALX, Africa's leading tech skills provider. Listen, in just 6 to 8 weeks, you will learn how to solve problems and communicate effectively. There are programs that are designed for both entry-level and experienced professionals. So just search ALX Ghana, AL and X Ghana, online to apply for the fully funded 100% online program. ALX do hard things. So, I mean, we've come a long way with our call for our water bodies to be saved, for our forest reserves to be saved. We've come a long way. We've been able to galvanize more than 50 civil society, faith-based organizations, youth groups, business people, private individuals. A lot of people have joined the campaign demanding that, look, we need to save our water bodies and our forest reserves, our biodiversity for ourselves, our children, and the unborn generation. We've clamored enough critical voices of conscience, people of timber and caliber who know their worth, who are worth their salt, and they've added to this conversation. We have seen chiefs who, even on their sick beds, have refused bribes, insisting that they are going to protect their water bodies, their lands, their forests for generations unborn. We've been to places, we've brought you reports. We've been to Newsroom, for example, where the chiefs, the youth groups came together and tried to, bring sanity to some mining concessions where they felt that the activities were polluting their water bodies. Over time, we've seen that, look, with all the efforts that individuals are making, we are learning that indeed not everyone is in support of the reckless way some individuals are mining in a manner that has been detrimental to all of us. But recent developments will show that indeed these efforts need a higher hand to support, because even after the youth and chiefs of Newsroom came together to chase out some people out of some mining concessions that were polluting their water bodies, we've seen story coming in only yesterday that, people have gone back to the concessions with some arms this time around and with some men in uniform. I have a report here I'll bring you. We'll just bring you a quick report. Continuing of Newsroom, Nana Bodi Pomenim Abodade III. Now, he's appealed to President Akufo-Addo to take decisive action against illegal mining and reform the sector before his term ends. In an interview with Channel 1 News, Nana Abodade III expressed frustration and disappointment over the devastating impact of illegal mining on the Newsroom community. He highlighted the blatant disregard for regulations, citing instances where individuals were prospecting licenses, are misusing them, and those without contracts are freely destroying the environment. Specifically, he mentioned AZ Xenon, which has refused to comply with the community's demands to stop operations and reclaim damaged land. So Nana Abodade III emphasized that President Akufo-Addo has a unique opportunity to leave a lasting legacy by addressing this critical issue. Let me take you into this conversation and we'll come back into the studio for more.
Barely a week after the youth of Newsroom in the eastern region expelled illegal miners from their community, it is alleged that the miners have returned, this time accompanied by military personnel, to intimidate and abuse the youth. The Continue of Newsroom revealed that the companies operating in the area lacked the necessary or complete documentation to mine and have been extending their operations beyond the boundaries permitted for prospecting, causing severe environmental damage.
If you ask me how difficult it is, that is how difficult it is. You become an automatic enemy to all the people that I have listed, from the Minerals Commission to the police, to the chiefs who support it, to the people who are the ones who brought the Chinese people to be in the town. Your life is in danger. These people carry around guns and weapons as if we are at war. And no policeman stops them. If you are the lone person to fight, you will find a lot of stress, suffering, persecution, and all that. I thank the people of Assume, especially the youth, that they have seen the light and they are now leading in the fight against this. One of the reasons why I'm happy you are here today is because in going around to inspect whether the people are doing the mining or not, they came upon Madam Amina Tahiru, and she had soldiers who seemed to be doing her bidding. So as a matter of fact, they brutalized some of the youth, detained them, got them to sit even in the mud.
In an interview with Channel 1 News, the Contini expressed frustration, accusing key stakeholders, including the police, Minerals Commission, and the Environmental Protection Agency, of being complicit in the illegal activities, with the support of some chiefs.
People that have prospecting license are using it. People that have contracts for concessions are just using the paper and, by care of, destroying wherever they go. You see, it's a huge battle for this country because AC Zenon, which is Amina Tahiru's company, and I am not scared to mention, it is alleged that she is a brother of Abu Junapo. So therefore, she can just go and a concession will be signed for her just like that. As we speak today, the youth of Assume, after telling all of them to stop work, go back, reclaim all the destruction you have caused, and most of them obliged, Madam Aminat Tahiru is saying she will not oblige. As a matter of fact, she has military men today, as we speak, at her site, protecting it whilst they mine.
He shared a direct message for President Nana Akufo-Addo.
Mr. President, and you are our uncle and a brother, because we are all from the Achim area. We barely have about 4 months to go, but I believe you can change things around. You can do it. You see, you pledged your presidency on the line for Galamsey. Your legacy will be measured by that very pledge, and posterity will not forgive you if you do not do something about it now. We are pleading with you. Within 2 months, you can cause a change, because when it was banned, within a few weeks, we realized that we were having some positive results. Ban it. Get people together. Let's go back to the drawing board and do things right. People do not have the country at heart. Mining has now become a thing of greed for some people and suffering for some others. Cocoa is being torn apart by Galamsey. Oil palm is being destroyed. Rivers are being destroyed so much that now getting water to drink is becoming a problem. I don't know if this is enough for you not to say, let's stop it now, at least for the meantime, and then do something proper that will change the lives of people that are suffering around. I think if that is the only last thing you will do as a president, for some of us, you will win our love, respect, and admiration.
Nana Kontihene of Asum Nana Boedi Ampomenim Abodade the third. So that's the development we are getting from Asum now. That the youth, the chiefs came together and they managed to halt the activities of some of the mining firms in the neighborhood because they were devastating their water bodies. Definitely, even if you're a licensed mining firm, you're not supposed to be polluting water bodies, destroying forest reserves, right? And he makes us understand that some who have prospecting licenses are misusing them, and those without contracts are freely destroying the environment. So the chief, the Kontihene, made some very bold statements, but he ends with a very passionate call or appeal on the president to really make an indelible mark in these last days of his presidency. Sky, I'm not sure you've been following since you returned. I mean, while you are away, I'm not sure if you had time to follow some of the developments, but we've seen some chiefs. There was a particular one somewhere in Jema, in Alwen, in the western region. This particular chief has been unwell in the last 5 years, we are told. He was made an offer to be flown to South Africa, was given $1 million Ghana cedi bribe. He insisted he wasn't going to take it, because all these were attempts to allow illegal miners to venture into the Jema lands and forest and river bodies to mine. But the chief, the youth, and of course a Catholic priest, Bernard, interviewed on Point of View this week, came together and said, no, we are not going to do this. That is in the western region. In the eastern region, Asum, we see the youth, their chiefs come together to ward off the activities of some miners. Now we are told that people are back, taking back excavators into the mining pits, and this time with some armed men and women in uniform.
See, it is a truly unfortunate state of affairs, and one cannot simply fathom why you have responsible elders in the land. At the pinnacle of those elders is the President of the Republic, the Vice President of the Republic. Then you have the Speaker of Parliament, and then you have the judiciary headed by the Chief Justice of the Republic. Then underneath you have ministers, you have opinion leaders, you have MPs, and all of these people come together to form a powerful force, a powerful directing force that should help shape how we run this country. Chiefs are in there, and traditional other religious leaders are also in there. Now the problem we face is hydra-headed in many ways. It is one born out of apparent frustration on the part of the locals that, look, for centuries we've been digging up the bowels of the earth, exporting these natural resources in their raw form, and our local community has seen either nothing or very little of what is under the belly of our earth right here in Ghana. So there's a certain sense of entitlement emerging that, look, if people are taking this thing away and not giving us anything in return, perhaps it's about time we took the law into our own hands and dug up the earth to also get our share of what exactly there is under the belly of the earth. So that's one aspect of it. But that's pure criminality, because the language of the Constitution and our laws are clear that where we own resources together in the nature of natural resources, you cannot, without lawful authority, go into the bushes or wherever you find them and start digging. Then you also have chiefs, in some cases, who we are told have become complicit in this matter, because for some reason, again, they do not feel that the royalties they are entitled to by reason of the operation of law are enough to satisfy their own ownership of stool lands in these areas, or personal lands as the case may be in these areas, and therefore there may well be the need to hide behind the scenes in some cases, or in frontal manner sell out these lands against all lawful authority they may have, and hopefully make enough money out of it. Some of the chiefs are just being reckless. They don't care what the law says. They don't care what authority there is from elsewhere. They just believe that, look, there's money to be made from the belly of the earth. Let's go after it. It doesn't matter whether it destroys the community, whether it destroys water bodies, whether it impoverishes his people in the long term. They believe that in the immediate term, they can make some money. So let's go after it. Then you have people who are within responsible institutions who should know better, who are themselves complicit in this matter. So the police service, we have been told repeatedly in reports, some people within that institution have become a law unto themselves and are helping, aiding the process in the bushes, we're told. If you read literature, you find all of these things. Then you have some, lawless or deviant military men who also play active part in what is happening, taking unlawful orders, moving into the bushes to provide, security for people who are blatantly destroying our water bodies, our environment, and everything there is on the surface of the earth where these metals, precious metals, can be found. Then again, you have politicians who are taking very shameless advantage of the situation. Either they are using it to catch votes, or they are using it to undermine the security of the spaces that they believe they can find gold. Why am I saying so? The two major political parties, the NDC and the MPP, have become so shameless that they find it important not to take on the problem of Galamsey because it serves their interests. You hear Dr. Baumia talk about, we want to use technology to direct where the people should go so they don't go and destroy the environment. That is not how it is dealt with elsewhere. This is a problem of people behaving unlawfully. And we have seen that people are taking advantage of mere memorandum of understanding. They are taking advantage of exploration licenses they have been given. Now, when you are giving exploration licenses, it is to tell you that go and look to see whether the thing is there. That is all you have to do, nothing further. Now, people are using that to dig for gold and to sell the same. Now, that is in excess of both contractual and legal requirements. And one would expect that the state will confront that boldly and in a very solid way as to deal with the problem. Now they say, we want to use data to show the youth where the gold is. That's what the MPP's flag bearer is saying. And I do not believe that that is a responsible way of seeking to deal with the problem. Because the moment you introduce that, it is a free pass. They are going to do what they want to do anyway to destroy the water bodies and all the things we have on the surface of it. Then you have the NDC. In many ways, the NDC's own response to the issues that we have, completely unacceptable. We are talking about granting amnesty to people who have been convicted for destroying our water bodies. That's what the flag bearer is talking about. All kinds of wishy-washy explanations as to how small-scale mining in their own way can deal with the problem, giving licenses to the young men and women to go further and destroy our water bodies in an irresponsible way. Because the fact is, there is a certain pretense that we want to fight it. And the way to fight it is to regularize or mainstream it. But we have shown that even the big boys, we cannot police them. How much more handing over licenses to people who will most likely be party apparatchiks to go out there and do further damage to the environment? So if you look at it in the whole, both the NDC and the NPP are simply playing politics with it because they know elections are coming. And the evidence from literature is that where parties stood up against, Galamsey in the past, in this country, they paid the price in a way that was devastating to them. And therefore, they are now pussyfooting around the matter. And that is highly irresponsible. Because if you destroy the people who you seek to rule over or who you seek to govern with water that is unwholesome, with food prices that they cannot afford, with environment they cannot live in, with houses that are giving way because people are digging under them, then at the end, and you kill babies in the womb as a result of this level of dereliction of presidential authority, then how do you turn around to say that you want to actually govern this space? Because this land was given to us for a reason. And various generations have kept it alive for us to come and meet today. And if you don't mine in a sustainable way, ultimately, you are destroying the land. I just returned from elsewhere. If you fly over from Europe, headed to Accra, right? You, from Egypt, you go towards you come towards our part. Mali, Niger. Look, if you look at the land, we're talking about the Sahelian region. It is frightening. These are huge tracts of land, and you find bushes distributed in between in many cases, right? But if you come further, you hit Burkina, you see the same thing in many parts, the northern part. And you come further down towards, Tamale and these areas, you see a semblance of that, right? It is when you move towards the middle belt, of course, parts of the northern part of the country are lush, and but there are many parts that also have problems with plant life. If you come further, that is when you see the greens, right? Now, we are told that in 20 or 30 years, if we continue the way we are going, we are likely to turn this country or major parts of this country into a desert. Now, why is it not occurring to anybody responsible in office to say that let's deal with this problem and confront it directly? The chief that you spoke about put his health on the line, and he's living it because he has everything there is in the belly of the earth to allow the people who want to destroy the land to go there, dig it up, and give him money to go to South Africa. If the story is to be believed.
That's what it is.
Yes. That power resides in him to misuse it in a way that is advantageous to his health. But he's not doing it. That is true leadership. These are the people we need to celebrate. Then you have a president who told all of us that he is willing and able to put his presidency on the line because this is a problem that can kill future generations and kill the state Ghana as we know it. Very powerful words used to paint a picture of the seriousness of the situation we are confronted with. But in living it, the president has shown crass dereliction of presidential authority.
He's not been able to wield his authority under the Constitution to protect the collective resources that we own and to marshal the security apparatus of the state, all the forces of the state, to deal with these problems. He's not been able to do it. There was some initial attempt to deal with the problem. But in the long term, we can all say with certainty, with no fear of contradiction, that the president has failed to live up to his mandate. But that failure can be redeemed. That failure is not entirely fatal. The president has on his mandate some 3 more months or 4 more months to the end of his administration. Mm-hmm. And if he is to be respected for being at least a man who lives to a certain extent to his words, then one would expect that he will give life and meaning to the words that he expressed by saying that I will put my presidency on the line. How do you do that? All the professionals in this space have come out to tell us the dangers we face collectively and as individuals if we do not confront this problem now. It requires a president who says that, look, in recognition of everything that all the professionals have said, all the opinion leaders have said, all the experts have said, I am moving in this direction. As I have said here long before I left, Article 41 of our Constitution, Article 31 of our Constitution, maybe research me right, gives the president the authority, yes, Article 31, gives the president the authority to announce, impose a state of emergency. Now, if people are doing things that will lead to us not having water to drink, and in many cases, in many homes today, people don't have water. The hospitals are telling us that cancer cases are going up. Yep. There is evidence suggesting in literature and in practice that babies being born have deformity arising out of the highly poisonous substances and chemicals that are being used in our water bodies, which find their way into the fruits that they are eating, the vegetables that they are eating, and the tubers that they are eating. Right? So if you look at the weight of evidence available, there is every authority properly manifesting for the president to invoke Article 39 and say, look, 31 and say, let's impose a state of emergency. Because we cannot afford a situation where GWCL will not find water any longer to process.
Sky, what happens when a president declares a state of emergency?
Now, the Constitution says that if you declare a state of emergency, within 72 hours, you have to send it to Parliament for Parliament to ratify it in essence. Now, that declaration, when done, gives the state and the president and all the machinery relevant for the enforcement of that declaration the authority to move into the spaces and suppress whatever problem there is in the land. In this case, we are talking about Galamsey. In the report that you played, the youth went there to protest and to insist that the guys destroying our water bodies should leave. We were told that...
Hold on. They said they should suspend, even this one, they should suspend and do the reclamation for them. Because you know where they were mining is just 10 meters from the town center.
Can you imagine that?
10 meters.
10 meters.
Can you imagine?
So you could hear music
the NDC was doing a rally there.
You could hear them.
So you could hear everything as if we were part of the rally. Just 10 meters.
No.
So effectively, they are mining
in the town.
The town.
The town is being mined.
And then somebody says that she has a license.
No.
And then uniformed military men who have been employed by the state of Ghana take guns
and are taking orders.
And then what? They are going to kill the youth. They should try one shot. These military boys who went there, if they say they are military people, they should try just one shot at one person and they'll see what will happen in this country. They should try it.
So you look at it. In the round, that is a problem that has got to be suppressed. And it is the state that has monopoly over the use of violence in appropriate cases. And where state of emergency is invoked, violence is resorted to in appropriate cases to deal with the problem. So if military men go there under the protection of the Constitution and our laws to remove people who are dealing with Galamsey and they fire back, they deal with them. Now, if you are seen within certain hours at a place you ought not to be, you are dealt with. So there will not be any explanation, oh, I have some license, something, or I have some... No, that will be suppressed in a very effective way. That is what state of emergency does. It gives you the powers you do not have in ordinary times to confront problems that are becoming a danger to all of us. The president is a distinguished lawyer, celebrated because he lived it. A true courtroom practitioner who knew what he was doing. And he used the law in many ways to his advantage when he was practicing. And subsequently as a member of parliament. And to some extent as president of the republic. On this matter, he is failing to recognize the seriousness of the problem and the weight of authority that he wields in order to deal with this matter in a way that will give him respect not only in Ghana, but internationally. Because every single year, international community members are giving us support for one greening something, for one agenda or the other.
Change and all.
The issues of poverty that we deal with, some of them are arising as a result of illegal mining. The UK continues to give us money. The US, they continue to give us money. Canada, all these institutions, all these countries are giving us money to confront illegal, poverty. Now, why should they continue to give us money if some of the things leading to poverty, we ourselves have decided we will not deal with it? Because if you read that PhD thesis, I took some time to look at it. I've not read it in full. The evidence appears clear on the face of it that this thing in the immediate term, you might get some 5,000 Ghana cedis, 20,000 Ghana cedis, and because they don't even know how to manage that kind of money,
they'll waste it.
They waste it. Buy some car to second hand. Within a year or two, they are back broke. Nothing transformative has happened to your life. You understand? Of course, you'll find some people who are sensible enough to invest in some skill acquisition that helps them in the long run. But the generality of the people involved in this space are undermining their own personal growth and then the personal growth of their community. So you would expect that the president would deal with it. At this point, it is no longer the people in the fields who are creating the problem. It is the president who is being a stumbling block,
impediment,
or an impediment or a hurdle in the way of a sustainable fight against illegal mining. The minister has not shown leadership. It is all talk. Ministerial responsibility goes beyond sitting on a podium and making declarations. It is about folding your sleeves, moving to the field, inviting the people relevant to the situation to go there and deal with it. The question is, what advice has he been given to the president? As a minister, your job is to look at the space you govern, take out the issues that are undermining the area, going to the president to advise him, Mr. President, well, this is the situation. These are the options on the table. What we propose is that you should do A, B, C, D. The president will tell you that, okay, I will sleep over it. He will call some other people in the space, national security advisor, national security coordinator, district chief executive, regional minister. And then, if necessary, cabinet will discuss the matter and a decision will be taken. On this particular matter, so germane as to require church leaders, trade union members, school children, all of them to speak up. I mean, within 24 hours, one would have expected that a president who is listening to the concerns of his people will move in the direction of the people, because that is consistent with your presidential duty. But thus far, we have seen a dereliction of duty that is very, very fatal for our cause. But like I said, it is not too late. He still has 3 months on his authority.
Even if he has 1 day.
Even if he has 1 day.
President.
Yeah.
You are still president.
But let me say that we are looking at all all the options on the table. If the president won't act, then at some point citizens will require the courts to intervene.
So organized labor has made us understand that by the end of the month, if the president does not declare a state of emergency, does not place a ban on all small-scale mining so that we deal with the thing holistically, they are going to lay down their tools, they are going to strike. Imagine you go to the hospital and OPD is closed, ICU is shut, you go to the street side and Momo vendors tell you they are not vending to you. And when you ask why, teachers, you go to school, teachers say they are not working, you ask why, and they tell you it's because of the issue of illegal mining, destroying our water bodies, and they are doing that to force the hand of the government to do the right thing. That is the story we are likely to see by the end of the month if the president does not yield to the responses of all these critical voices we've heard, including the Ghana
support that. I support that.
Arts
Look,
and Sciences.
Every pressure that is necessary to force the president and this government to act must be applied. Even if that means that the government becomes so unpopular as it makes it impossible for it to win the elections, they should face the music. Because all of us collectively cannot be wrong. There is wisdom in the public square. The public square coming together has decided that this is a problem for all of us. Now, if you are alive to your responsibilities, and I assume the president is, because he's a distinguished man, one would have expected he would move in the direction of the thinking of the public square, which is to say, look, the people have empowered me. They are saying this is wrong. The evidence is A, B, C, and D. I, as president, leader of this country, I cannot sit by and just watch. La Côte d'Ivoire is complaining that we are not keeping our affairs in order, and that is affecting water they drink. That is impacting agriculture in their country. That is impacting fishing in their country. So if we want to live in peace with our neighbor, which we say we do all the time, then that even imposes a moral obligation on us to even act in a way that protects our neighbor's interest. But we are not doing it. So TUC is right. All the institutions and the persons who have spoken loudly in support of an action against this particular epidemic, they are right. And the right thing has got to be done. And there is a direct message to the chiefs. The chief who is not well, I think that he deserves our support.
Yeah.
One thing you can do as an individual is to pay something small in support of his medical bills. Because it is men like that that would make a case for other men to become like that. Nobility is an expensive commodity. If you are noble, there are so many things.
You pay the price
exactly.
for it.
So once the old man is paying the price for it, all of us must support him in one way.
There was a number we put out there yesterday, Samet. I'd just like to reiterate it, and I'll come to you because you were with the team. You actually led the team to assume, and you saw all that happen.
Charlie, I'm so sad.
How is this new development coming to you, really?
I am so sad. I am so sad. And the youth in Assume they are rallying this morning.
Okay.
And I'm quoting. I just spoke with them.
Right.
They said that wow. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Can you imagine this? Wow. And they mentioned somebody called Amina as the owner of the concession, and we just spoke to the guys. That they said they will go there and see. So
they've taken the excavators back into the pits.
Yes.
And this time they have armed men in uniform.
Well, they said military men. Wow. Said military men. And this is military from Ghana Armed Forces. That's what they said. So I don't know whether the mandate of Ghana Armed Forces is to protect private business people to cause this kind of intense damage to our environment so that the military people will be given laurels for having done a good job. And if the military hierarchy is listening, please get your men out of the bush, because that's not what you are mandated to do. That's not what the military is mandated to do. And listen, if they shoot one person in a Zoom, we are all here. We will see what will happen.
So the number for the chief who is on a sick bed, who rejected a million cedi bribe, who rejected a trip to South Africa for treatment, the number to send your token to support his health care is 054 074 1481. I take it again, 054 074 1481. It's a Momo number. There's a bank account, GCB Bank 4011010094 4011010094 If you want to join the conversation, you want to add your voice to it, happy to hear from you. 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Now, there are some opportunities while we are engaging in this conversation I'd like to share with you. If you are in the final year of high school, you're a graduate student with big dreams of studying abroad, you're a graduate or a student who has big dreams of studying abroad, IDP Education Ghana is giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. Transform your academic aspirations and career ambitions with the IDP Study World Expo. Meet with reps from over 50 top universities in Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK for free. The venue is Mevin Pick Ambassador Hotel. The date is the 12th of October 2024. Time is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't miss out on the experience. Tell a friend, tell a parent, tell a loved one. Register for the IDP Study World Expo for free and unlock your future path today. Register at www.idp.com or call 0596 012360. Tell me, where are you headed? Are you going shopping at the mall? Are you buying fuel for your car? Are you enjoying your favorite meal? Or you're getting home essentials at your favorite shop for the weekend? Monday is a holiday, right? So long weekend. Oh, yeah. Sky is surprised, yes.
Monday
is a holiday. But you and I will be here.
Oh.
You know, on the radio there is no holiday.
We have to declare
And also, if you are shopping ahead of the long weekend, it's a good thing to do. Now, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, do it with the SG Visa card. The SG Visa card is your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa card. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money available to you always. Make life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa card today. Find out more. Call 0302 214 314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Now, you're a small business owner struggling to grow your business. Have you heard of the Labor Department's free business coaching program? Well, if you haven't heard of it, the program is offering personalized business coaching from experts on how to manage business finances, market products or services, and expand customer base. And this program is absolutely free. It's an initiative funded or co-funded by the EU and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, implemented by the GIZ, and is in partnership with the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. Just visit the Labor Department office adjacent Kempisco Hotel in Tema behind the Tema Sports Stadium, or call 053 9165608 to find out more. Now, the people giving you Lucozade is they are saying that Lucozade is in a new sleek can. So imagine you know your Lucozade in bottles, but now it's in a lovely 330 ml can. The same old energy, same old taste, same old efficiency, but in a lovely looking can. So go ahead, grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade, restore your energy, and this ad is FDA approved. Now get 10% off food, drinks, beauty and cosmetics, home essentials, electrical appliances, phones, accessories, and a whole lot at the Momo Cashless Market. You heard right. From the 2nd to the 6th of October at the Good Park, Tetokwashi Interchange, there will be over 100 merchants in one place with amazing discounts for all Momo customers. There will be artist performances, DJs on rotation board and TV games, Kids Zone giveaway, all of that from the 2nd to the 6th of October, each day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and just Momo everywhere you go.
We'll take a very quick break. When we are back, your messages are in thick and fast. We'll share some of them with you. And then, of course, you know, the biggest corporate Olympic Games is out. After the break, we'll give you more.
This is the Citi Breakfast.
After a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, instead you are met with a mattress that sacks beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. Your comfort, your well-being should never have been compromised in the first place. We at Latest Foam prioritize quality above everything else. Step into any of our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. High quality mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation. You wake up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the world. That's our promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. We are your partner for life. Visit us today. Sleep better tonight. Call us 0302-231-155, 0302-08499. Online, visit us www.latexfoamghana.com.
Okay, it's Premier League weekend again, and you are wondering how you cannot afford to miss the Premier League. I have a solution for you. Showmax. Just download the Showmax plan or the Premier League plan on showmax.com. Create your account, download the Showmax app, and you get all the Premier League goodness, all 380 games on your phone for only 55 cedis. Showmax is your stadium on the move. Get ready for the 4th edition of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. It's another year to celebrate milestones in Ghana's digital innovation ecosystem. The theme is Innovate Together, Collaborating for Digital Transformation and Impact. It's happening between the 2nd and 4th of October at the Accra International Conference Center. Visit gdiw.com.gh to register and book your seat for free. Let's collaborate for a digital Ghana. Be part of the future, be part of the change. Now, hello parents, students, professionals. Have you thought about educating your ward or studying in Canada? Was your study visa application unsuccessful? Do you want to know which courses or programs of study will get you a good job in Canada? All of those questions and more will be answered on the 14th and 15th of October at the Accra City Hotel. It's the Study in Canada Fair brought to you by Best Education Services. The event is free, but you must register. So call and send a WhatsApp message to 025-624-5006. Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2024. It's your ticket to success. And Roberts & Sons, they are celebrating 34 years of service, and they are thanking you, their loyal customer, for being there with them every step of the way. From the 19th to the 30th of September, they invite all customers to their branches to enjoy a 20% discount on complete purchase of lens and frame. T's and C's apply. Thank you very much for the opportunity to serve you for 34 years and join us for many more years. Call 0501-519111 to find out more. We couldn't have done it without you. Roberts & Sons, seeing is believing.
Yeah, welcome back. So, Caleb, you know my submission I made earlier, some friend of mine apparently is trying to contest the submission that the president has the powers under the law to do what I have suggested he should do. I just want to tell my colleague, respected colleague, to read the provisions of Article 31 on emergency powers fully, up to Clause 10, which is relevant to address the issue that he raises. Clause 10 says, nothing in or done under the authority of an act of parliament shall be held to be inconsistent with or in contravention of Articles 12 to 30 of this Constitution, to the extent that the act in question authorizes the taking, during any period when a state of emergency is enforced, of measures that are reasonably justifiable for the purposes of dealing with the situation that exists during that period. What does this mean? In essence, it is saying that this means that when a state of emergency is enforced, Parliament can pass special laws that may limit some rights and freedoms, and those are listed, under Articles 12 to 30 of the Constitution, such as freedom of movement and all of these things. Whether these laws must be, but the submission is that these laws must be reasonable in the circumstances to deal with the problem. So my colleague, the respected lawyer, should kindly go back and read the provision again, and he would understand the reason the framers said that when the president makes the declaration, he must send the same to Parliament within 72 hours for endorsement, and within which time things are done to ensure that when you misbehave in the field, he will deal with it.
We'll dedicate some more time for this matter as far as Galamsey is concerned. However, if you are considering a college for higher education, Heritage Christian College is a place you should think about. It's set up to provide a missing link in tertiary education through creativity and innovation. We've been since 2018 giving. We've been giving an amount of 450,000 Ghana cedis as startup. We've given this amount as startup grants to a number of students to start their own businesses, and it's a huge emphasis that we place on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. We have various courses from undergraduate to postgraduate. So you pass by our campus behind the Olympic Stadium at Amasaman. We are called the Heritage Christian University. We are affiliated to KNUST and UCC, accredited by GTech. Call us on 0547777731 or 02022983399. Our website is www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University College is educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. And listen, there's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there from the producers of Cowbell. It's called Twitsco. It's a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Anafort. It's available on the market in a store near you. It's going for just 1 CD, 80 pesos. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twitsco and power your dream.
Now, if mobility is a major thing on your schedule or what you do, then CFAO Mobility is where you need to go. It's Ghana's premier one-stop shop for all your mobility needs, and they are the exclusive distributors of well-renowned brands such as Mercedes-Benz, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, and they've been doing this for 115 years. CFAO Mobility has it all. Make the smart business decision. Come to CFAO for cost savings, exceptional after-sale service, and convenience. Call them on 0302742100 today and drive away with much more than just a vehicle. Latex Foam is your partner for life. That's why they're advising you to come to their showrooms to get high quality mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Don't compromise. Don't go for a shortcut, because that mattress will sag and your back and neck will pay the ultimate price. Call 0302-231155 or visit them online, latexfoamghana.com. Visit us today and sleep better tonight.
Them say life is sweeter than, but you for take it easy and make you know the rush and blow your meter on. Just get your hustle on, then be fly you day for land. Use your head and use your hand. Don't you envy brother man? After all we all be one. No hey, don't keep doing what you doing and don't watch nobody. Now who you for listen to? Be Baba God. Mankind go give you.
Now we have friends joining us from BEFS and DEFS Registry. Many of you have interfaced with the BEFS and DEFS Registry before, and you have various varied stories to tell from your encounter with the BEFS and DEFS Registry. We'll be having a conversation with the Public Relations Officer and as well the Head of Projects, both at the BEFS and DEFS Registry. In the meantime, you remember the number we mentioned as what we are using to help raise funds for the chief who was rejected a bribe of 1 million cedi and an offer to be flown to South Africa for treatment. The reference name you will see is Patrick Fomer. If you see Patrick FOME, that's the name, that's the number, it's correct. So go ahead and send your token to him. Meantime, let's make welcome Ernest Zuma.
And then spend the rest of your life trying to lose digits. Okay.
Zuma.
Zome.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
It means you have a foresight of what's going to happen in the future.
Okay, so it's from Upper West.
Upper West.
You have foresight.
Dagao, yeah.
Zome.
Dagao, yeah.
Oh, Dagao. Yeah. It sounds very matable.
Yes, people call
Zuma,
me.
yeah,
But I was supposed to add H since I was born. So add H, it will sound well.
Because you are the BEFS and DEF Registry, you decided to take the H away.
From the public sector.
So right, and then Emmanuel Noteboche, you are the Head of Projects, BEFS and DEFs Registry, correct?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
So you are responsible for registering BEFs and DEFs in Ghana. but you've been faced with challenges in notification and registration delays as well as data errors. Okay, so what are some of the challenges that you've faced in registering births and deaths, births and deaths? What are some of the statistics? You've been trying to harmonize your data into one repository, right? Tell me more about it.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone. Yes, so the Birth and Death Registry is established by law, by the Registration of Births and Death Act 1027, and also the legislative instrument LI 2436. We operate as a decentralized institutions, and we are located across the country, the 16 regions, and then the 261 districts of Ghana. Under the public sector reform for resource projects, yes, you've highlighted on a few challenges that we have gone through, but through this project, the public sector reform for resource project, we have been able to minimize some of these challenges that we have encountered in the past. For instance, we have encountered challenges with accessibility, reaching out to the hard-to-reach communities to ensure that we get timely children that have been born, to register them and issue them with an instant birth registration. Through the reforms, we're able to procure some motorbikes to facilitate registration services at the district level, and additionally, we also acquire some 10 vehicles that were distributed, especially resourcing the newly regions that were created at a time. In addition to that, you mentioned rightly, we have run silo systems in the past, different systems doing different aspects of our operations. Therefore, the issue of encountering multiple registration was a challenge. However, through the reform projects, under the public sector reform project, we have been able to now harmonize our systems into one national data repository. So we have one interface that we have deployed across the 261 districts, where we have distributed laptops and tablets to our staff to be able to register timely through the online portal that we have deployed. Additionally, we are running a lot of public education. We've developed a lot of public education materials because we have realized that, yes, we are existing as an institution, but our product, we are just known by registering births and deaths, but we do a bit more than that.
You do?
Yes, we have almost close to 20 services that we render to the public, but we are known for births and deaths. Over the years, before we partook of the public sector reform project, for birth registration, we have done annually around 70-71%. After the interventions from 2022, we did close as 93% coverage for birth. That is the first time that we've been able to hit that number of percentage as a country. And in 2023, we did around 91% of birth.
Okay.
However, when it comes to death registration, we have a lot of challenges around that as well. And we are not doing so well. Currently, we are doing around 38% coverage of death registration in the country. This has been due to the fact that we have a lot of uncontrolled burial grounds. You find controlled burial grounds within the cities. However, when you move to the district, there are burial grounds that belong to communities, that belong to families, and they have access to bury without going through a proper documentation process to acquire the needed burial permits and the needed additional documents to register.
So, Emmanuel, if I get you well, for all the challenges that the public encounter anytime they get to the office of the births and deaths, you acknowledge them, it is real, but there is the public sector reforms project for accessibility project, and this project, upon coming on board, has helped you print a combined maternal and child health record booklet. and you've done 1.2 million. You say also that you've increased your birth registrations from 58% to 93%, but the death registration is where you still have challenges.
Yeah.
So that's a summary of what we've heard you say.
Yes. So I mean, there is a lot that you mentioned rightly. In order to improve the timeliness of registration, that is where we collaborated with the health service to be able to include into the maternal and child health record book a notification form where the nurses complete when they encounter a birth, and this notification gets to us on time to be able to. The reform has an agenda, and the agenda is to improve on the timeliness of registration for children. And one of the ways we can do is to have timely notification on these children to be able to capture them real time. Addition to that, we have also improved upon our website where we've displayed all our services. Currently, as we speak, we are fully automated. We are online.
What's your website?
We don't bdr.gov.gh.
bdr.gov.gh.
We have that through the reforms. The reforms help us to upgrade the website, and additionally to that, we are fully digitized. We don't take cash again. We are a cashless institution.
Hey, you've stopped taking cash.
Yes, we are a cashless institution.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
This is birth and death registry.
Birth and death registry. We are cashless.
And there are no Guru boys around.
Issues with Guru boys, you find Guru boys around. I must admit that, but we have put an intervention which is displaying our fees and charges on the Ghana.gov platform. So whatever service you want from the birth and death registry is displayed on the Ghana.gov platform. You go there, you choose your service, you do your payment and generate your receipts. All that you need to do is to attach your receipt generated to your application and present it at any of our offices located across the 16 regions and the 261 districts.
So I'm on bdr.gov.gh. It looks quite clean. I see birth registration, fetal death and death registration, extract certified, true copy. So yeah, then your services are also listed here: adoption, surrogates, verification, birth registration. Wow, this is interesting because I've been to your office before at the ministry. Have you moved finally?
Yeah.
No, around the health ministry there, about the Ministry of Health.
Yes, we used to be close to the sea in the ministry.
Yes,
we've moved.
So
we are currently located on the 3rd floor of Nalak House, Gulf Street, at Shashi.
Right. So that's better now.
Yeah.
And even on the 3rd floor, you still have Guru boys.
No. You see, on the 3rd, we don't have Guru boys on the 3rd floor.
Okay,
your
but
question
around
was whether Guru activities are around.
Okay, good. Let me come to Ernest now. Man. Ernest, tell me about this harmonization of data and BDR's operations.
So I'll leave that thing for Mr. Botry.
Okay.
But it seems you're really interested with this Guru thing. I know he.
No, I've been there. I've done stories on birth and death, and I know the challenges people have.
But
so.
you haven't. So
I've not been there recently. That's why I'm even shocked to see your website is this good.
So you see, there's a number of reforms that have taken place that we need to let the public aware.
Okay.
And one of the ways we can do that is by coming to you to help us to really reach out to the public to know that they can interact with us directly.
Okay.
So Ernest, I want us to make it very simple. Yeah. For those who have ever visited births and deaths in the past and their experience was not good, I want us to make the English very simple. For those, because a lot of people have a lot of perceptions in their minds about BDR. So what has changed with BDR? What are you doing differently? How differently are you serving people?
Oh, okay. So good morning to your listeners, and then to your viewers on Facebook, and then good morning to my bosses at the office, Honorable yourself, Mafo, and then Mr. Thomas Kusibuafo.
Okay.
So we are grateful for this opportunity. But what you're asking is solely made for birth and death. But I'll speak just briefly on the public sector reforms. Then you can zero to that. If I don't bring in that, what you're asking, I'll answer all right. But you realize that it started from somewhere.
Okay, tell us about it.
So briefly, the public sector reform as we've been talking about, it came about as a result of a document. You know, it's been running. Public sector reforms been running for years. But in 2017, the Office of the Senior Minister was established, and then a committee with a team of experts, including the academia and then civil CSOs, and then the public sector institutions came together and they developed this document known as the National Public Sector Reform Strategy. This document, find that thing I'll bring you a copy. Then it was supposed to run from 2018 to 2023. So the review of that document is underway. It's ongoing. Then a new document will come for the next 2025 to the next 5 years. So it was this document that gave birth. Also, and then we have the development partners or donor partners with the World Bank in particular. They came in and said they will support. They provided a credit facility, and then we had to do a pilot of some of the institutions, public sector institutions. So to call it, so we have the frontline service delivery agencies, and we have the central management agencies, and then the parent ministries of the central, the frontline service delivery agencies. So you have the list in there, a number of it was initially 16, and then reduced to 13 to show a restructuring. So it was this reform that is supposed to bring about, improve the efficiency and accountability of the selected services of the selected entities. So it wasn't all the public sector institutions that we covered. It's ongoing, and I know the next phase will rope in a lot of them. So it was this that would bring efficiency, improve the services. And that's what Mr. Bochi was telling you, that system has improved. Yes, you might have issues. We are not saying it's perfect, but it has improved. One issues here and there. But at the end of the day, we have been able to make progress. They made progress with the harmonization he talked about, with the website upgrade, and then the motorbikes. Now we even get to the point, they even go to the remotest. They call it the hard-to-reach communities. The motorbikes, 120 motorbikes with 10 vehicles, as were presented to Birth and Death. And for a period of 4 years to 5 years now, the project has been running, and it has improved their services. So if you go to DVLA, you see the same. You go to passport office, you see the same. And then the other ministries, and then
so I understand this project has been supported by the World Bank.
Yes, yes.
Early on, about $35 million was credit facility was earmarked for this project.
Yes.
Later reduced to $24 million.
Yes, 24. So it was a restructuring.
Right. So you were mentioning the number of sectors and services that have benefited from this project. So let's take it one after the other. I don't know if you have the
for example list. So I have the full list here. So as I said, you have Driver and Vehicle License Authority.
Okay.
You have Passport Office. You have Birth and Death Registry. You have Ministry of Transport. That's the parent ministry of Birth and DVLA, the parent ministry. So there's frontline service delivery agencies, and then you have the parent ministry. Then you have Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, and then the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. There's an activity they're actually running, but they've actually benefited to some.
Ministry of Environment.
Yeah, Environment. There was supposed to be some National Innovation Challenge. Yeah, nations they went through a number of things. We launched it. It was supposed to bring about innovation. You had scientists, people with technology.
Innovating about water bodies and fire sources?
People have all kinds of chemicals, different chemicals to be able to do all that. It's so beautiful. But so when you can visit them, they will tell you there was a project like that they were running with us.
Is it still running?
I think the project has ended, but that activity is still with them, and they even hope to.
So DVLA, Passport Office.
Then we have Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization, Rural Development. We have the Public Services Commission, PSC. We have Office of the Head of Civil Service. We have Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice. And then you have the Monitoring and Evaluation Secretariat. It used to be the Ministry of Monitoring and Evaluation.
There's not a secretariat.
No secretariat. Then the National Information Technology Agency, and then the Public Sector Reform Secretariat, my office.
So in all these, so what are we supposed to see that tells us, the consumers, that something is changing, and where can we give you feedback that Charlie, the money you have taken, we are not seeing results, if that is the case?
Good. So thank you so much. That's why the monitoring evaluation, they've done an assessment of that. One thing you even mentioned, which you Googled right now, was the upgrade of the website. It wasn't this way. The upgrade of the website, the BDI, it was really funded and improved. Yes. If you go to the harmonization of their systems, in the silos, Mr. Bochi will tell you how people struggle to even get birth certificates then different silos. But now they've managed to harmonize it. There's one innovating thing they also did. I think better than that to Mr. Bocho mentioned it too. That there's this booklet. You see the maternal and child health booklet. There used not to be this notification form in it. But now for you to be able to get, if you get that booklet, the last page of it, you have the notification of birth. Immediately the health personnel gets it. He has to enter and then it goes straight into the birth and death.
So it's a digitized process?
No. I think for now it's manual, but they have a digital kind of thing they are working towards to get there. But
Are
for
there
now,
timelines to that, you know?
I think for now, but they have developed something.
Do you know any timelines to
Yes.
this?
So just to add to what Mr. Zuma is saying, we have worked towards the digital platform of notification, where we have integrated with the Ghana Health Service, the National Identification Authority, and the Birth and Death Registry. How that digital platform is to work is when a birth occurred in a health facility, the attendant, either the midwife or the doctor who delivered, would do the inputs into a system. That system will hit the birth and death registration system. If the data come with a full complement of information, that has to turn into a birth registration. A birth registration, the birth of that child will be reported immediately.
Okay.
And a unique number will be generated for that child. Once that is done, it goes back into the health system and then it goes to the NI system, where national identification will also add up and generate a unique identifier for that child. So that is how the digital platform is going to work.
Is it working or is it yet to?
It's been launched. It's on a pilot phase. It's been piloted. It's been launched. It's been piloted in the Ganoff Hospital, and it's ongoing. It's been rolled out.
So by what time are we seeing this will be scaled up across the country?
That is the next phase of discussions that we're having to do. Looking at the next phase, having learned from how the interface have worked. And then in order for us to cover the whole country, across the country, we don't have digital platform everywhere, internet connectivity at some places. We have the manual one. And the manual notification is what we have included in the maternal and child health record book, which is distributed across the country. We just mentioned 1.2 million, which is woefully inadequate. So there are processes within the health service to continue to print more of the card. I don't have a target offhand at the moment to be able to talk about a target,
so
but
we've talked about
it's an ongoing process.
Very well.
Yes.
We will talk about the institutions that have benefited from this.
Just a quick one from that.
In.
Okay, so in addition to what he mentioned, with that's for the birth and death.
Yeah.
DVL has also made a lot of transformation and there's a lot of improvement from this project. There are a lot of things going on at DVL, which you call their PR or their section. They will tell you that the project, they benefited a lot from the project. There's been supposed something that I think is still hanging. They'll introduce the queue management system for DVL.
Tell them to come and
they'll come. They'll invite them to come.
They also come to come.
They'll come. You know, there's a tertiary drive thing where they have a van. We procure the van for them. They go around to University of Ghana.
Okay, I didn't know about the van, but I know about the tertiary drive.
Tertiary drive.
That's good.
They've done a lot of work in. They've covered about 33.
So there's still more money to do more, right?
And then passport office have also improved. I'm telling you, I know
passport improved at some point,
capturing,
and then at another point, and so improved.
Have you observed what has happened now?
Tell me.
We provided equipment, IT equipment, huge number of equipment, but what is hanging now is a printer, the industrial printer.
They say the paper has finished or something.
But now the capturing has improved. It used to be 6 months waiting, but now tell nobody or ask any of your friends when you go and you check when you go online. You go online, and then you go and register. I mean, you want to apply for a passport. You won't have. It's less. I think 3 weeks, 1 month. You won't have it 6 months anymore. It has reduced, and they hope to do it less than that.
Let me give you a message. Let's scale up. I have applied for my birth certificate for over 3 months now, and I still haven't received it. Anytime I go, they keep telling me it's not ready. And Edmond from Nungwa is saying the value is the same.
So would you?
Yeah, Mr. Botre, say something.
Yes. So we would have to probe further into issues like this.
Okay.
We are running different services to the public. birth registration is an instant issuance.
Okay.
Between age 0 to 12 months, you are registered, you are issued immediately. If you are an adult and you apply for a certificate, that goes through a longer processes.
Like how many?
Sometimes we do even do random selections and check the place of delivery you.
So as an adult, how long does it take for me to get my certificate?
For you to get your if your data is clean, everything is okay, your data is good, within a space of 14 working days, it should
2
be
weeks.
able to go through the process for you to have.
Unfortunately, our time is up. More questions, but our time is up. So, what are the next steps for sustaining and building on the progress made so far? You were talking about the next phase. So, Ernest, what's the next phase?
So what we've done so far is that before even the project ended, we encouraged or implored on the entities to bring in what they call the sustainability plan. Yeah, so there's some need additional funding to beef up so that they scale up to the next level. As it's talking, you have to go nationwide. So what we've done is that with the project, the document we've developed, which expired last year, we're reviewing it.
Okay.
And when we launch the new phase of between 25 to the next 5 years, I'm sure we'll look for funding. The World Bank isn't prepared to give more funding to be able to support this because sustainability, it depends. You know our system. At least we need to scale up to the next level. But sustainability plan too, they also use their IGF to also push in certain things that come in. But and then additional, more institutions will come on board, I believe.
Your final words, Emmanuel.
Yes, so my final words to listeners is that I'll just do a passionate appeal to parents not to wait. Once there is a birth in any family, and make sure it is free of charge from age 0 to 12 months. So parents, it is your sole responsibility to ensure that you get that first legal identity for your child. And for our loved ones that are saying bye-bye to us, it is also critical. The data is very critical for socioeconomic planning. In terms of health interventions, we need to record the deaths of our loved ones so that we can have the data timely. The causes of death play a role in even useful for the family to live longer and a better life. So I want to end my discussion to say that from the first cry to bidding farewell, everyone counts. So you should register now.
Thank you, Ernest and Emmanuel. I have a lot of questions from my listeners for you, but our time is up. I'll forward them to you so you can address them appropriately. But thank you, Ernest.
Thank you.
Ernest Zuma.
And Zume.
Okay, Zume.
So it's not Z-O, it's
Zume. And Zume is Public Relations Officer for the Public Sector Reform Secretariat.
Yes.
And then Emmanuel Norte Botre is the head of projects Births and Deaths Registry. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
We'll go for a very quick break. And when we are back, so much more.
Yeah. Ouch! Palutaye, es que palutaye. Goye mama, goye mama.
says Ekuye. But Nathan, so it's been a long day. The day is almost over for us on the show. But right after here, there is more to be done. I mean, we are covering the funeral service for Kofi Owusu Anto. We are covering that live. It's on Channel 1 television now. Things are the same.
Yeah, Koda.
That's one of my favorites. And then, yes, we have about that. Today's his funeral.
Yeah, today's his burial service. Yeah, great musician. For those who do not know, and I was sharing this anecdote with my colleagues. Neo Kai's most iconic song, Mokobe, was produced by Koda.
Oh, he produced Mokobe.
Yes, he produced that entire album. It's called Worshipful.
Album.
Yes. So Neo Kai went to Takrady, stayed with Koda, and they worked on the album. And they go way back. They went in Fanspim together.
Yeah. And for the longest time, he's chosen to live in Takrady.
Yes, chosen
all
to
his
live
life.
there. You know. Wow. So for anybody, if you listen to Neo Kai's Mokobe, just know that you are listening to the handiwork of Koda.
And a lot of the musicians, as contemporaries, share testimonies of how he went all out for them, helping produce their songs.
He was great hands-on guy,
overnight.
Hands-on guy, very dedicated to the cause. Very, very, very dedicated to the cause. And I know this because I know some of his associates. My older brother was, he was in the circle. So I know this from a point of fact. So Koda is an amazing guy. It's just sad that he had to leave early. But sometimes when great people walk this earth and they leave, you will be sad because they've gone. But I think we need to be happier and look at the amazing things they did with their time on earth, and encourage ourselves and be inspired. So
also build on that.
So it's nice to see all these people gathered at KICC to celebrate his life. And I love the fact that the people are in white.
It's a celebration.
They're celebrating
they
his
call
life.
it the glorious entry.
So they are celebrating him. You saw Joe Metal there. Neo Kai just left.
Eugene Zuta.
So you find people in the space who appreciate Koda and are there to also support. So it's a wonderful event, a wonderful celebration. If you are listening to us and you are near a television set, just turn it on, tune into Channel 1 TV and be blessed. And be blessed.
Pastor Andy Yausen,
KICC. He's the head pastor at KICC Spintex.
Yeah. But so, I'll give you a feel of one of Koda's works that I love so much before how Idris Mustafa brings you the news. This is Koda.
Righteousness, come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. Ready? Missy, yes, we are about it.
Life well lived, celebrating Kofi Owusu Anto. I I'm sure you expect more later this morning. I'm not sure how dynamic the Friday can be, but you will expect Na Oyokote after the news at 10, brought to you by Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. My name is Caleb Koda. Did this with Richard Delaskai, Nathan Neobudai Kwa, Samuel Atamesa. Join us. Fred Tete Jamano produced this show. Godfred Abeku Odum, the richest man, was on technical. Edwin Kwao Kofi on socials. Sheba, thank you. Hawa, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, National Chief Imam calls on political parties to be measured